back.
Yes,
Caller Family Podcast. It was
Another week.
another crazy week.
Eventful, I guess.
Yeah, but
You guys got a little show here, huh?
yeah, but anyways,
We made it.
Made it.
Today we do got a special guest again, so we're pretty lucky on that that part for us. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Pepe Cortez. My real name's Jose, but everybody knows me as Pepe.
Nice.
I'm happy to be here.
So Pepe, if you guys know, episode 11, I plugged.
That's right.
Yeah, he ran the Cinco de Mayo show downtown, closed the arena down, closed down Santa Clara Street.
Mm-hmm.
This is right before Cinco de Mayo weekend, and we did the podcast the night before, and I said, shit, we should have done this earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe we should bring him in later. But
Yeah.
we still plugged you, and we said, if we can get him out here. I spoke
We
to
should
him
get
2
him, yeah.
days ago.
Yeah, I'm appreciative.
And he said,
Anytime, yeah.
I'm in. So, yeah, welcome, Pepe.
I'm
Definitely.
excited. Yeah.
We're used to have you. Last week or the week before we were talking about that. What does it take to get organized funding?
Everything-
One of those
oh,
events.
man.
You know what I mean?
It really takes thinking outside the box. So I'll go back to this is year 3 where we started doing the car shows. So my best friend Eric Aldama and his older brother Dave, he's my mentor. They're my business partners in this.
Oh yeah.
But I also pertain to a truck club. So
Oh, okay.
It has to be approved by the club first.
What's the club?
So I have a title right here. So it's Imperious.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So what it means, Imperious actually means status of elite. It's something that's been since 2001. Dave started it. So then before I could do what I dream of doing, I had to ask the group and then get their approval and then move forward. But it was something along the lines of, I've always wanted to have a business. I remember during COVID, I thought of, and I reached out to Sergio at that time. I wanted to be a life coach, not just a soccer coach, but a life coach. I'm very passionate. I actually went to school to be a 7th grade math teacher.
Oh, really?
So
You get a bachelor degree and everything?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I graduated 2013 from San Jose State.
Oh, nice.
So I played there. I played there as well. I played soccer there.
Oh, played soccer there?
Yeah, I played there.
Was that where you were thinking about coaching as well?
No, so Sergio and I go way back. So Sergio's older brother, Vera, he was my first soccer coach.
Oh. I feel bad for him. Not for my brother, for him.
Yeah. I was going to say, probably for him.
I still remember it was it's direct. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. And this is what's gonna happen. So I still remember, even if I was only 4 or 5 years old, I still remember. And then Sergio had reached out to me. I was still in college to coach the girls soccer.
Yeah. You had finished. You were at Overfelt.
Yeah, it was Overfell.
You were coaching there.
Yeah, I was coaching there.
The season was going to end. They were looking for a coach. The girls' team. They wanted me to coach, and I said, I already have a big commitment with my team, but I can get you somebody that I think will fit.
Yeah, fit your guys. Yeah.
And I recommended Pepe.
Oh, nice.
And that was a fun experience. I learned a lot with those girls.
Nice.
It's a funny story to that. One time I went to Earthquake games to just go watch. I was wearing an outfit like the Earthquakes. And 3 of the girls that recognized me, they're like, yelled, "Oh, Pepe's here." So they like ran to me.
Oh, so people thought you were a player? Or what?
I felt it. I took it. I was like, yeah, what's up, everybody? But it was funny because as soon as I turn around, there's a line of kids. And they can I have your autograph, and I'm not gonna say no.
You just can't be like,
So
I'm not
I
a
started
player.
signing. I'm gonna sign. So I started signing.
Yeah.
So that was my 2 minutes of fame at the Earthquake Stadium.
Hell yeah.
I mean, Messi was just here to pack the house.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
That was insane. That was insane.
Yeah. Did you go?
No, I already knew they were gonna be crazy expensive.
I didn't go. I was like.
No doubt. Well, but back to the Ask Your Car Club.
Yeah.
I
You know-
have a question for.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So you said you had to ask for permission.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you had to ask for permission?
Because it's tatted on me, right? So
You're a member.
You're a member, and it's what happens is they associate it with the club already, regardless of what we do.
Oh, individually.
Individually,
Got it.
the outside community will be like, oh, that's a part of their club. So we just want to make sure everybody's okay with it. I get a notion of Dave lets me be creative and do things outside the box, and it can be looked as a negative sometimes. So Dave is someone that will say, yes, let's run with it. And if we fail, we'll figure it out. Or there'll be times like, hey, you can't do that. So let's just think about something else. So then he's the founder, man. He thinks outside the box as well, but I always run everything through him. And then, but before it goes to him, I always talk to Eric at the gym because I work out every day with him. Okay. So he's the one.
Is he another member?
Yeah, he's
he's the brother.
He's the brother.
Got it.
So he's the one that would be like, nah, don't do that. But if he says, oh yeah, go ask Dave, and then I go there, and it goes on. And so it got approved. And then now it's like, okay, where are we going to do it?
So here's the next follow-up question. Sorry. Now that you're saying you're talking with two brothers, what if Eric thinks it's a bad idea, but you think in your mind, you believe it?
Still good.
Do you jump over Eric and say, hey, I'm going to go to Dave?
Yeah, I have actually. I'm like, hey, Dave, Pigs, I call him Pigs. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he does this. So if you ever meet him, he has a face that with his face, he'll give you expressions. And I know he's kind of like,
yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I'm going to just try it.
Tell you why I say that, because us as a blue-collar workers, right, we want that. We want that from people. We want them to don't follow the same line everybody follows, right? Yeah. Sometimes these stupid ideas are these great, innovations that happen that change everything.
So leading to that, exactly what he's saying is, it paved the way for people that are doing it now. So 3 years ago, when I went to, so we got the approval, and then we're thinking, okay, where can you do it? And so then I'm like, okay, we can do a big one. So tracking back, in the Imperius Club, we've done fundraisers and we've done, toy drives.
Yeah.
When Sears was open.
Right.
So Sears was always super cool. They let us use a lot. They didn't charge us anything. They actually gave us stuff, vouchers like for services, and people would, go to Sears because we were right there.
Right.
So they saw it as an opportunity to sell tires. People coming with their cars.
Right.
So it was cool. We'd get like a bunch of help from them, and then it closed down.
Yeah.
So then COVID happened.
You guys closed them down.
So then
we want to see the cars, not refrigerators.
Imperius is a truck club specifically.
Yeah,
it's not a car club. It's actually a truck club, right? We can get into it.
I can show you my truck. You'll like, oh shit, okay. But anything
brought it here.
Like,
nah.
the GMC right here.
That's ours.
I mean,
that's the one I've been calling you about because we want to fix that.
I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah. We
So
just bought
like
that not too long ago.
Nice.
That's going to be on service, working on the field.
Okay.
And it's gonna be dope when you finish the job site. You take a picture with it. It looks aesthetically. Yeah. I had an actual customer. He had a bunch of Silverados and he had a classic Apache. And when he would finish the construction sites, he would take the pictures with the actual Apache in the driveway.
Yeah. That's cool.
His logo.
Thinking outside the box. You see?
Yeah. So then we went to Eastridge. And they're like, hey, it's new ownership. They're Filipinos or Asians, and they're gonna want money. And I'm like, dude, I ain't got that kind of money. So I said, okay, well, how much is where this side of where the Sears is on the upper side? And then, that's X amount of dollars. And I'm like, all right, yeah, but what about this little one? And he's like, oh, this much. I'm like,
well, what if you don't mind, what is the price?
So for the renting of where the AMC theaters at Eastridge and then there's that whole parking lot, it's $10,000.
Okay.
Just to get
that lot.
Get the lot.
Yeah.
And then you got to get city permits because technically those planes that are coming in.
Yeah.
It's so weird that because what if one's up there
and this happens to crash?
It happens to crash
and hit your event. Who's liable, right?
There you go. And then the smaller lot where right now they're using for Avis Budget Group, that was for $5,000. It was really small, but I had to get my feet wet.
Yeah.
I had money saved. And I was like, I got to start a business. I got to start somewhere. But I figured, okay, if I could put up the money, but the revenue comes from the vehicles that enter the show.
Yep.
So but then you don't want to be too pricey because then no one comes. And the cleaner your truck
it's your first year, right?
Yeah,
now you're competing with other people.
Yes.
Right?
So then
other events as well.
Exactly.
So I actually reached out to the people from like Fresno and Bakersfield, like, hey, how do you guys approach it? Because he's big out there. His name is Losa. He's huge. Like
It's another car club
well, he pertains to another truck club.
Gotcha.
But he's doing it big. He does like 3 shows a year, and you're talking about 1,000 to 2,000 trucks showing.
Oh, really?
Like huge. Like I had only 300.
It's a full-time job for him, though, right?
No, he actually still works in. Like I think
really?
he works at because he's Bakersfield. I think he works at a refinery, and he works from like 3 to like something, and then the afternoon. Man, if you follow this guy, his name's Losa. He does everything. He has a house and he builds it. Like it's like he's an interesting character to like talk to.
Yeah.
So I'm always watching from a distance, and he's very nice, always approachable.
Maybe we can fucking invite him.
Yeah, dude, that guy, Losa's. Hey, Losa, get on this. But so I reached out to him. He gave me the information. I took it, and then I ran with it. And then I didn't know, but in order to have a show, you had to let San Jose sit. Even if it's private property, you still got to let San Jose know.
Gotcha.
In case
So
it
then-
happens.
Like
Shit
San Jose,
happens.
the city
The
of
city
San
of
Jose.
San Jose. So then there's an application. It's pretty like very, very informative. Like you have to explain step by step what you're trying to do.
Got it. So you got to spell it out literally A to B, C, D,
And
whatever.
That's where Dave came in. Dave is the brains, right? I'm like, Dave, they want all this and this and this. And he goes, okay, let's make it happen. So I fill out all the logistics, and then he did all the background for me. And then we created a packet. And then the day that I will never forget it, I wanted to submit it, but in person, because I didn't want to like a big old packet be mailed and then get lost. And all my legwork. So I called in. They're like, hey, I really want to turn this packet in. It says to mail it here, but I don't want to mail. I want to turn it into someone. And the person's like, oh, I'm the person that receives it. Can you come today? And I'm like, oh, I'll be there right now. And she's like, okay. I'm like 20 minutes away. So I left. And then we met at the Starbucks, and then she read through the whole package. She goes, not to lie to you, but you're the most organized guy I've ever seen.
Thank God. You were probably
with this packet. And I'm like, for sure. I was like, yeah. She goes, everything's perfect. We'll approve it. And she goes, but can I ask you a question? And I said, what happened? She goes, why don't you do it in the streets of San Jose?
Oh, you didn't even think that was an option.
I didn't know that was an option.
He
And
was thinking, one way.
private community, like somewhere here, like somewhere where we can get people to park, right?
Yeah.
And my mind didn't blow, but the light turned on.
You're all.
And I'm like, I was smiling at her like, oh, okay, but like, where can I do it in San Jose? She's like, right here, right in front of City Hall.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So,
rent up
so
the
you see what
streets.
he's saying, right, guys? Listen to this. This isn't anything in life. There's going to be opportunities presented to you. That crack opens, the door opens a little bit. Fucking kick that door down and fucking run with it. That's what you
exactly.
did.
Yeah.
Right?
And so then I asked the stupid questions. I was like, so can I do it in this street? She goes, yeah. Can I do it over there in East Side? I was like, yeah. Can I do it here? Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. We were in February, the end of February, and the show was going to be in May. Like I was already promoting it. I already got
next year.
This is 2022?
This is 2023.
Gotcha.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one. I was already promoting. I was going to have the show. I was going to figure out. I just had.
You just didn't know where you were
I
going
didn't
to
know
have
where.
it.
Yeah, I just had like this is.
So you
the
believed
day.
in yourself.
Save the day. Do this. I started having people buy tickets and say they're coming. I didn't know where yet, but I was like, I'm gonna make it happen. So I told the lady, hey, I'm too close to my main date, but I want to do this the Santa Clara Street. Like that's a dream.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, let's set up for next year. So I went back to the drawing board, called Dave, and told him, hey, Dave, we just got told we can do it anywhere in San Jose. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, yeah, the lady said anywhere. And he's like, where do you want to do it? I said, the SAP Center.
Oh.
And he's like, for reals? I'm like, dude,
Why not? Why not?
He goes like, he's like, all right, let's do it. And I was like, okay, so let me give you the address. Let's change the paperwork for next year to have it ready.
You already have everything.
Like I already have
Yeah.
everything. Let's just switch the dates and everything and put
Yeah.
it for next year. I
Dates
was
and
like, all right,
location.
give me like a couple of days and I'll do it. All right, cool. So that we already knew a plan with action for next year. So we set that on the side, but we wanted to focus on promoting the actual show.
Yep.
So what I ended up doing, the flyer was actually the east side. So the east side, it was right in front of Story and King. It was like the background setting of El Paisa and the dental.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I put a truck, and then that year I decided to put characters. I put us four, which was Dave, Eric, myself, and then the president, which is still president right now, on the flyer because we got the approval.
Nice.
And so then I picked a truck from out of state that no one knew because I didn't want people, because people talk, right? Whoa, why'd you pick that truck? So
Within the group of
Even
this
though you
this
include
side,
people, there's still gonna be.
You're not
Why
gonna.
not be?
You don't want to create more animosity towards anybody. So you're like, hey, this truck out of
being neutral.
of our
He's
car
being
club
neutral.
out there, bring it in,
Bring
take
it
the
in.
shots.
So I reached out to a guy from Texas. His name is Rich Boy Hawley. He's known to build badass trucks.
Oh.
He's known.
Out of Texas, where?
Out
though?
of Texas, I probably say like in that Houston area.
Oh, okay.
Alex is from Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex grew up
I was
in
actually
Houston.
just there, so I went to LST to a car show to promote my show.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
just to go put it out there. Doesn't mean they're gonna come, but
At least they know about it.
let them
Right.
start following the page to see who I am.
That's a business trip, brother.
And that's a business trip that I did, and I actually took advantage, and I went to Alpha Land
good.
by myself.
What's
I
that?
worked out. Oh, that's a huge
Strip club.
20-acre gym.
Ah.
Oh, 20-acre gym,
Yeah. Crazy.
weightlifting
Yeah.
gym.
Gym. So and they
How
have
many
like,
pools do they have, bro? 20 acres is huge.
Yeah, so they had like
Everything's done bigger in Texas.
It's,
Jesus
it's 4
Christ.
gyms, all detached, and then there's a soccer field, baseball field, and a football field.
Okay, that's nice.
But it's like where all the influencers go. Like you get there.
Oh, they're out there showing off, huh?
Yeah, they have their cameras, but it's funny because they'll say like, okay, this is. It literally says influencers gym, and then you go to the next gym. It says this is where the big boys play, and you can have your shirt off and everything.
Oh, so you don't have to worry about slamming weights,
Yeah, like
grunting,
so it's-
whatever.
So
yeah.
they'll have those.
Gotcha.
It was like well organized, and like you walk in, it looks like a strip club. I'll tell you that. You're like, oh, shit.
I bet these
Had
fucking
like strobe
floozies,
lights and
huh?
everything. So it was cool. So then we do the show. It unfortunately it kind of sprinkled on us.
Oh, okay.
Our dream was to do 200 units.
In 2023?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it sprinkled on
I
us
think it's fucking rained every year. for
every
you.
year. Yeah,
They didn't rain this
yeah,
year.
30
did.
minutes
Get out of here.
from like 8:30 to 9.
Yeah.
And it was funny because everybody that was at the show was like, Pepe, why is it raining again? I said, Jesus is sprinkling us with his holy water.
Yeah. He's blessing us all.
And then
Just take it.
And then just take it and then dry up your cars. It will be good. And
Yeah.
then as soon as I said, I swear, I looked up and the clouds just went
Cracked.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Moses started partying.
So, so last year, that's what sucked last year. It rained so hard, I had to change 4 times.
Oh, shit.
But what we did lose, it wasn't so obviously we did the East Ridge. We had about 180 trucks and cars show up. We did have a couple cars. I did a tequila trip for that one. I actually went and bought all the tequila.
Was that first year?
Yeah, that first
I
year.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
you went with Marquitos. And,
Yeah.
And who else did you go?
It was a bunch of dudes. Yeah, we just went and then
you-
like I was actually there for business, right? Like a business trip. I actually went into the Tianguis area in Tequila and talked to them, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to buy these the actual barriles and then ship them to the U.S. And so I had to go through hella people because no one wanted to do it. And so one
Oh.
dude's like, yeah, I'll do it.
You didn't come to me first.
So he's.
And I could have taken you and put you in contact. Because
Yeah, I mean, that would have been nice. This guy he knows everybody over there. Yeah.
Now I know,
Lock
right?
him in.
you could have gone to Tonalá and gotten them all there and shipped them directly to TJ and picked them up in TJ.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
That would be that for next year.
He's
Yeah.
the middleman, huh?
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not the middleman.
That
No,
was
that's-
I
you're gonna
just point
introduce
you
him to the
right
middleman.
direction. Yeah.
I mean, it's always about connecting with people. Like even at work, just always connecting with someone about something. So then the show happened. It went great. The publicity was there, but obviously my mind was already for the.
You
for
were
that.
you got traction. You were saying
I was so ready for the next
good.
one.
You were already thinking
10 steps ahead of everybody. I already had the flyer in mind. I knew what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. So if I show you my flyers a little bit,
Yeah.
have you ever seen? Do you listen to Drake?
I'm gonna be very truthful right here. I hate that guy.
You hate that guy.
I
Really?
thought the only reason why he got
haven't
famous
listened to
is because
I
he
gotta listen
stole
to this.
most of his big name bars from a top 10, bunch of other rappers, and he pushed those songs, and then he paid the dividends on those songs because he didn't lease them, and then he blew up from it. So to me, I can't stand that guy.
But you know who he is, right?
Of course.
Okay, have you seen his album Views where he's up on the tower in Toronto where he's just sitting on top like at the album cover? He's on the top of the of this. I think it's like those skyscrapers. Like he's just sitting on top. So my idea was I want to be on top of the SAP Center.
Oh yeah, that's be tight.
So I actually we did the flyer, and so all the guys were on the bottom, and I wanted to be on the top. But then I'm Mexican, right? So I wanted to incorporate Mexican. So then we have little suits on, and I wanted to be with the trumpet because that song, the El Niño Perdido with the trumpet, is kind of like I'm up there. And
Oh, okay.
And so like I'm trying to get found
Sure,
by
you know
the.
this song. So the song is played by mariachis. Sorry, Pepe.
No,
I'm gonna
jump in.
explain
Yes,
what
explain
is
it, please.
so he can understand.
Yeah.
So Niño Perdido is the kids that's lost, right? That's what it translates.
Oh, that's what the
So,
song's name
The
is.
trumpet player goes. Everybody's here playing,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy takes off around the corner,
Oh.
and the guys start playing, and they're trying to find him.
Oh, and he's
So
playing
that
as
guy's
well.
playing, and so it's
just
like
walking around playing.
back and forth until they kind of finally meet. And so that's
Okay.
what Pep is saying. That he's up there playing the trumpet, and then
I wanted to gather everybody together.
Yes.
So it has a meaning to it, right? So when I introduced it, the flyer, I had that song playing.
Nice.
And so then every character got introduced. Like his name is Danny. He's like, he doesn't really like Mexican music, but we put a song like an English rap music for him. And then Eric, we put like he likes corridos, so we put a corrido.
Oh, so everybody got like a walk-up
Yeah,
song,
like a
like in
walk-up
baseball.
song,
When you walk up, song plays. So
Yeah, yeah.
everybody got that's pretty cool.
And then the founder Dave, his Instagram is I'm King. So then I put a Rey for him, right? So it's all these things that I do. To be honest, it's
they're personal.
they're
Yeah.
personal, and I always think of the little details that no one thinks, and that goes to where my truck. Like if you ever, I'll bring it one day.
Oh, I told them you've been working on it for the last how many years? You're always doing something to
Always
it.
doing something, never ending. People question, and I just smile and said, "It's my truck." Like, and so
Yeah.
people say like, "Oh, but what if you want to sell it?" I was like, "When did I mention I want to sell it?"
Yo, are you trying to buy it?
Yeah.
What
I
do you
mean,
want?
the only person that would ever buy it, and I'm not trying to be funny, it would be a rich boy's son that has the money to
That
throw
wants a
at
toy.
me, that wants a toy, and then he tells me a number and I like it, I'm gonna do
That's
it.
that, yeah.
But anybody that would buy my truck and try to give me a price, and I say no, they're gonna think I'm crazy because with the amount of money that I want, right? So I'm never gonna give them out that number because I'm not gonna look like an idiot because I spent that money
Yeah.
because I built the truck 4 times.
Oh, different builds.
The same truck, just gone backwards.
Yeah, just
So,
different
yeah,
builds on that
every
same
time.
truck.
So and then I literally had my interior done.
Oh,
I literally gutted out, sold it to a guy up in Patterson,
yeah.
and then we're revamping it now.
What was well, before we get into that, I will jump around, man.
Yeah.
The flyer, you guys, you asked for permission. They said we're good to go.
Yeah.
You shot it at the SAP Center. Did you guys get the area around the SAP Center? To
So yeah,
park?
so that was the dream, right? So when it came to that, it's logistics, right? It's getting the DOT, getting the police department, the fire department, the health department,
Jesus.
the city, the city, the actual SAP, the actual SAP center, like staff, like they have to also be involved.
Wow.
You have then the district of the downtown, which is District 3, involved. You have so many people involved. Like at one point, there was like I'm working not a 9 to 5. I'm talking I work a 7 to 6.
I was gonna say,
Right, like
I don't think it's ever ended for you.
I work
during
at
that
7 to
time.
6, and in between when I don't take lunches is when I put all those meetings in. So I do the meetings
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're Zoom meetings, and you'll have like 30 people in a box, and they're all just taking notes, and then they're looking at me, and I'm like, these people really like looking at me like I'm the coordinator of all this.
They
Yeah.
believe all this bullshit.
And so
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
then I'm just like, let's go. And that's why I love San Jose, because the community wants it to happen. The city wants it to happen. It's just someone's got to fund it.
Yeah.
Because that's where no one wants to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And no one wants to pay for it. So then everybody asks me like, hey, who's paying for all this? And I'm like, this guy.
You're talking to him.
I'm like right here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, like, yeah, when I do my taxes is dope. That I don't gotta pay the government, but we do. I call them L's, right? We're taking L's, but they're lessons, and I'm growing and I'm getting better every year. Like this year, I think we bought too many shirts. Like an example, we bought too many white shirts, and I still have all the whites. I sold all the black. So now next year, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna buy not one white.
Next
shirt.
time you don't put a date.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
No, but what you're saying, right? You take an L, but you can't always win, right? In order for you to win, you have to lose. The moment you realize that it's okay to lose, that's when you start winning in anything you apply yourself to. right? We don't like to lose as a country. We don't like to lose. We say we're the number one country, and the moment something goes wrong, everything goes to shit. But when you make mistakes or when you lose, that's what makes you better,
Yeah.
right?
And to have again the guys with me and talk about, okay, how can we be better? What did we do? Like, because we always go, okay, what did we do bad? Let's fix that. But what was the positives of all this? And to me, I got to see all the highlight videos from everybody reposting and watching it. And I'm gonna tell you, seeing the kids running around, doing like with their little carritos and they're just having the blast, and my nieces and nephews just there, and I'm watching it from a distance. I'm just taking it in. And that was the dream last year, but last year it rained. So we lost all that, the community, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people left or went
I wouldn't
home.
have gone if it rained. Like I don't go to shows if it rains, because then it's kind of like, damn.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
Can't really show off your nice car.
Yeah, man. It's, and then you lose a lot of the people. But the first year, the groundbreaking part of it from last year was, and I take this back to like, man, no one's ever done this. And I'm talking about like, yeah, people have thrown car shows in San Jose.
Yeah.
But to say that a person shut down San Jose streets for a car show, I'm that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I tell people
that's
like, I'm
when-
that guy.
when
That's how
Circus
this
said
came
that.
up. This is how this came up. It was towards the end of our podcast, and I said, I need to give somebody fucking props because it's not that easy. You just said everything you need to do just to get to that point, and then execute it, right? And I told them, I sent you a message, personal message. I said how proud I was of you because I know this shit ain't easy, right? And everybody can say, oh, I wanted to do that, I want to do that, but nobody attempted to do that or had the balls to
What
do
does it say? You have it right here.
Look at them all,
I
right?
think it's this. It's this
Results.
one and this one right here.
You can't expect to
right
succeed if you only put in the work on the days you feel like it.
So there's days, man, where I'm like, I'm up, and I'm not gonna lie, I get up like around 4:35, and every day is a gym. Every day,
Consistent.
consistency, and I preach that to anybody. I have a good friend named Marquitos. Love him to death, and he's been consistent with me. And I'm talking about the workouts and church since November. And I had told him, I'm like, hey, like, I see you preaching on your Instagram every day. Like, I see it. But your actions, when I see this, it doesn't match that. So you're trying on this side, but you're living the wrong way. And then I said, and then he says, okay, I want to fix it. I said, let's work on it. Like, every day we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And now I tell him, Marquitos, like, I see it. And I believe it, because people used to tell me, hey, you see Marquitos this? And I'm like, yeah, I see it. And but he does this. And I'm like, I'm not here to judge him, right?
Yeah, it's his
But
life.
when
Do
he's
what he
ready,
wants.
he'll come his way. And now I've even mentioned to him and anybody that I see is we reintroduce ourselves. Because even myself, I've gone through life. I've had my lows and my highs. But the new version of Pepe that everybody is, and he's seen me. He's known me since I was like 5 years old. I'm in a different space because
Ever evolving.
it's just gratitude, praise God, and realizing that he's first and everything else comes second. And even including myself, right? I come second. He's first. And I've seen the transformation. I get messages from men, I'm telling you, that are like, man, I needed this scripture today. I was going through something, I read it, and I see you, and I know what you're going through, Pepe, and I'm thankful to read this, and I'm going to push. Because you got to be consistent with it, right? And there's moments where I'm like, man, I don't really want to post what I'm doing. But then it's like, not that I'm being held accountable by social media, but I'm like, no, because someone's going to need it. Someone needs to be pushed to go to the gym today. Because they might be laying on a Saturday morning and be like, damn, Pepe just fucking ran 10 miles. This is crazy. I'm going to go to the gym for an hour then. Because I can't do what Pepe did, but I'm going to go for an hour, right? So cool, right? And I'm talking grown-ass men, youngsters, everybody, kids I coach, anybody. And I'm always positive to everybody, right? But I have my days, but at the end of the day, it's, we try to just be positive on everything. And so then back to backtrack to the show, last year we broke ground, and it was hard. It was a lot of meetings back and forth. that it did take a toll on my relationship, right? In my previous relationship. So it did take a toll.
I was gonna say, because it sounds like in 2023 you said you shot, or you did that one, and then you looked forward to the new one coming up, which was this large one, or maybe that was 2024. This is 2025, the large one, and you put a bunch of tons of work into it. I have two questions. One, you guys crowdfunded, fundraising. How did you get the funds to do this large one this year? And then two, you must have been no days off.
No days off.
You know what I mean?
So Sergio taught us this: you rest when you die.
Yeah.
That's the way. You got to work your ass every day because someone's watching you.
Yeah.
He taught us this.
So when you're doing something you love, does it feel like work?
Not at all.
Right? It doesn't.
I think I just don't have enough time in the day to finish everything I want to do.
That's how you feel sometimes
and-
when you.
And I want to preach something that I've learned now in my walk. I try not to use negative connotations or words. So I would say, like, if you're having a bad day, even the word bad, you're already changing the mindset. You got to change those mindset. Hey, I'm having an unproductive day. I'm going to try to have a productive day tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Right? You're reaffirming your ways.
Don't throw your whole day away just because of one bad aspect of it.
Or
right?
the word stress. Don't say you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed. It's say have multiple tasks at hand that I need to accomplish. Because I'll tell you one thing: when you finish a workout, you finish a run, you finish anything, you feel accomplished.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But what if you say I'm stressed and then you finish everything? You didn't feel accomplished because you didn't tell yourself you accomplished those things. So at work, right? When you're at work, I got 2-3 projects like I need to finish. I have a lot of things on my plate, but I'm going to finish them. Versus, damn, I have 3 things I need to do. I'm hella stressed. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get it done. Your mindset already changed. Even though you get them done, you might not feel the same accomplishment because you didn't tell yourself you need to accomplish them.
Yeah.
So that's
Pretty
the way
different.
I approach everything that I do.
There's that meme. I'm sure everybody has seen it where it talks about money, right? If you had $10,000, just to say, in your bank account, and somebody stole $12 from the account, are you gonna get mad over those $12? You still have $9,000 and something dollars, right? That's kind of what he's saying, right?
Yeah, but in that same aspect, I would get mad about that 12 because if they steal once, they can steal again.
Right.
So that
But
could
is
be
it
a
gonna change
constant
your
trickle
attitude?
of oh no,
But
Is it
I'll
gonna
but you
change your
definitely want
I'll
to.
give you the godly answer. God bless him with those $12. He needed it more than I did.
Sure.
And when you look at it like that, you're like, okay, I did him a favor. Whether maybe it was wrong with what he did it, but in my view, is he needed it more than I. I want to now bless him with that. Do I trust that person with my money? Hell no. But I'm gonna bless him this day because I'll leave it. I won't even ask for him ever again. But I'll dissociate myself from him. But let's bless him for that need.
In other words, you got $9,000 and some $100,000 in the fucking account still. Don't let the $12 ruin your day.
Well, yeah.
Right? That's the whole gist of that. Don't let the little shit bother you. You know what I mean? It's just an example. Of course, everybody would be pissed off if somebody, takes from you. Yeah. But, people are broken in here.
No doubt.
They broken in here and stole, thousands of dollars of equipment. Am I going to sit there and cry and be like, bitch, and complain? And
You can.
What do I do to get the next camera?
You got
Or
exactly.
the next, right?
You got to move
What am I
on.
going to do? I have to move on because if I let this affect me, it's going to affect my business, right? So it's that whole positive attitude of don't let the little shit that doesn't matter bother you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, jumping back, fundraising. Did you fundraise for the 2025?
No, it's on me.
So you worked because you do have a primary job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you worked your primary job, and that is.
So I work at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Oh, okay.
So I work in the service center.
So that is what?
Like sales.
Sales.
Yeah. So like when you have a new car or you anything you need with your car, you come see us for a Chevy.
So you're a car salesman.
No, so a service.
Service. Oh, okay.
So if you
Gotcha.
want a new car, obviously
you
good.
you hand that off.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So your normal work days are 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week.
I would say probably you're looking at 10-hour shifts, so 50 hours a week.
Okay. And you're on not a commission, or are you on hourly?
It's like a commission base.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I see.
So the more you're there, the more you can make. But it's
or
also
the more you lose.
or the more you lose too. Or it could also be customer satisfaction too.
Okay.
Like right now, I have a person calling me from the store.
Oh, they want to know what they
They're
can
saying
get,
that
what you can
there's a
help.
customer wanting to pick up right now, but he didn't pay the bill, so
Yeah,
am I gonna
can't
do?
release your car, buddy.
yeah. So
So
No
here's the
doubt.
question. With that said, right? So, do you have? Is it an official business?
Yeah, are you making money from the events? Are you charging vendors to be there?
yeah, everything. It's the LLC.
Okay.
So I did do an LLC.
Do an escort.
As we get bigger,
Right.
yeah.
That's when you get bigger.
Yeah.
This
So
is big though. This is,
it's the not the dream. It's gonna get big. It's the mindset.
you already
so-
know where you're going to be in 10 years.
Yeah, I do.
This is what a question that when
Yeah.
we were talking last
Yeah.
podcast. I said I already know where we're going to be, and I'm not going to be in here. I'm going to be fucking out of this country.
This guy's gonna be on a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so I have, fun money, I have, bills, I have my truck money, I have, anything I need to do. And so like I know how to like play with my money. I'm really
Yeah.
so I went to school to be a math teacher, so I'm good with numbers.
Yeah,
Right?
you're definitely good at organizing and separating
Yeah.
funds.
So then
So
I'll answer the question. Not everything has to get paid beforehand. So
Oh, okay.
some stuff can get paid after. I'm learning that. 'cause
Gotcha.
Not everything has to be up front. Like the first year I was like, I had to pay Eastridge up front.
Oh,
So Eastridge was like, hey, you got to give my money before it. Okay, cool. I had to come up with find a way to get that. I did. And it had to be, what was like a cashier check. So it can't be like a credit card or anything. That's like straight up cashier check.
oh, okay. So they definitely want it in their hand.
Yeah, they wanted it. And so then I did that. And then the city one, it was more of getting like an example, like each trophy isn't cheap.
Dude, are you kidding me? I actually was, I don't know where I was, what city, but I happened to go into one of those like a place that makes trophies, and they make like banners and stuff. They make just a bunch of shit. But the trophy tags on those things to get one custom, it's insane.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This
and
guy
it depends
gets
on the
them
metal.
customized. He doesn't have a trophy.
Yeah.
He actually has somebody fabricate an actual fucking
Award.
an award. It can be a shock. It can be
Oh yeah,
right?
whatever. Piston,
yeah.
piece of a truck, whatever.
So that's the blessing that I build a lot of friendships and and shops that I've worked with my truck, and I do the reach out like, hey, I'm doing the show. This is my second year. I really want to go off with the awards. Is there any way you can sponsor the award and then put your name on it, put our name on it, and sure enough, everybody went all out.
Dude, that's cool. That's actually a lot less, off of your plate, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for that. You call out, get some sponsors. Probably you did that with the whatever vendors that came to your event,
So those
right?
the first vendors. So then the vendors. I did a little bit of research. I didn't want to be an ass and charge like hella money. And so we the first year we did like I think it was like $50 to $100 depending on how big you wanted to sell and what you sold. Like if there was a lady that wanted to sell earrings, I was like, man, she's probably not gonna sell anything. But so we did like $40 for her.
Yeah, nice.
Like you just gotta be nice. And then
Yeah,
there was a guy that had shirts, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna sell a bunch, so let's do 100 for him.
Yeah.
So everybody was a little different, and we grew from that. So we actually made this year a tianguis style, like a flea market street.
Oh, dang.
So it was dope.
Okay.
So it was something different. So we kept them on a certain street, and it
Yeah.
was just a street of vendors. Mm-hmm. They had face paint and everything.
Nice.
We had 5 of the best, I would say, in San Jose food trucks.
Oh, the two had food trucks. I was
Yeah,
saying,
we
did
had
you
food
guys have
trucks.
food vendors as
Yeah,
well?
we
then?
had Tostadas, which is actually one of my partners. They also sold the alcohol because the show was a beer gardens in itself too.
Oh,
So you could drink at the show and everything.
Wow.
because they had the whole street blocked off.
Yeah, I had
so
the
you
whole
were
street
able
block
to.
up. So that was another permit you got to pay.
Right.
All this stuff, man. It's
Yeah,
it's a
I
lot.
mean,
Another
so
permit.
yeah.
So
what's
I
crazy?
could have easily done like, you know what? We get the permit. We don't sell. We could just let people drink.
Yeah. Oh,
But then the crazy part is people can get out of control,
of
right?
course, and then you're paying for
and
those
then you're
people
paying
to
for- yeah.
the police to come in, arrest them or whatever, because that's technically on your dime, right?
Yeah.
Because you're paying.
And
for
the
them to do
cops,
that.
the police department of San Jose, they were awesome. They're this year in itself. I mean, last year it wasn't a lot of people walking, so they were kind of just in certain areas.
Oh yeah, hanging out.
But this year they actually walked the show. People were. I saw them looking at people's rights, actually engaging, and it made it cool. So that was something that I did notice and I was excited about. Also, the fire department came to do the inspection. So we had tostadas, we had shrimp it ain't easy, we had pinto, we had Chicken Bros, we had La Torta Real, and then we had an ice shaver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, shave ice. Yeah.
She sold a lot.
Dude.
So last year she didn't sell anything because it rained.
Oh,
So guys, I told her, I was like, hey, you come this year, we won't charge you a dime. Just come and sell. And
She's
sold
all,
out.
I'm there.
Yeah, she sold big time. So then before
Makes
the
up for it
show,
next year.
oh, she did. Nice.
Double.
Just kidding. Actually.
You're all, hey, you're going to kick down some of those profits next year, all right? Don't forget about me.
So then this is where I'm kind of like, I had a conversation with my my good friends about it, because when we did what we announced and what we're doing, it's not the word copycat, but people want to do it, right?
Of course.
So there was a gentleman that reached out from the lowrider community and says, hey, we want to kind of taper off and kind of do the same thing you're doing. What channels did you use and how did you go about it? And at first I'm thinking like, man, do I really want to tell someone everything I had to go through and give them the blueprint? Or do I want to put San Jose on the map as having 2 dope ass shows once a year, or two
same weekend?
And not in the same weekend, but just like in San Jose, because a lot of car shows are in like the SenCal area or in LA, and not in Northern California, right?
Okay.
So I was thinking, you know what? What if we could put San Jose on the
Could
map?
have been a
on
partner.
Yeah.
No, I said you could have been his partner.
Oh, so check this out. So it was just a blessing, and it was so cool. So I talked to my friends, and we're like, nah, let's just give him the blueprint. Like, we'll help him with whatever we can. And he helped us back. He actually works for Statewide. His name is on Instagram is El Padrino. And he assisted us. He helped us, and we helped him right back. And he had his event in August. No, yeah, I want to say August. And he was more like the lowrider side of it, where they were like hopping contests and everything.
Yeah.
So it was like dope, and it was perfect weather.
Yeah, hot August nights.
It was perfect. And so then the praise that I was just walking around with my Cinco de Mayo shirt. And everywhere I went, they'd be like, "Oh, that's the guy that did this." He started all
He's the
this.
event organizer.
And so then I'm like, I was like, I just kind of like, I felt like proud, like, so like it's getting recognized. So it's dope. Because I still tell people, and I'm a visionary when it comes to stuff like that. There's a section of the freeway that that I've always wanted to have pictures with my truck.
What is it, the 101, 237?
No, so it's literally facing from SAP Center, like if you're looking towards 87.
Oh, okay.
And all the palm trees and all the buildings in the background.
Yeah.
So our second year or the first year at SAP Center, we only did it like really small. Like we were trying to be controlled, right? And my brain already thinking for the new year, I want to go that way. I want to go to 87. So I applied again and I asked for that side, and this is going to cost you more. I was like, I get it. It is what it is.
Yeah, but if I can have it, I want it.
I want
You know
it.
what I mean?
So and this year we had
It costs money to make money.
it cost, yeah. And so then
it
I had
costs to be the boss.
a good friend. His name is Michael, and his brother Pepe. They sponsored the traffic control this year.
Oh, okay.
And they were able to assist with the cost of that, because I mean it does get pretty pricey.
100%.
He went over and beyond on the paperwork with everything, and I was in the emails, and I'm just like, dude, that's crazy, like everything they're talking about. But it all worked out. So shout out to Mike. And so then when people were coming into the show, I was like, you guys should go that way. And they're like, no, we want to be in the middle. I'm like, no, but trust me, the pictures going that way are going to be better. And some of them listened, some didn't. And I tell you right now, I'm looking at pictures. And I'm like, I told these motherfuckers.
You already see it. They're like, this is so cleaner the other way.
I'm not saying that the best trucks that were in that side, but I could just envision it, right? And so then I'm like, one day I'm gonna get my truck over here, because it's not even here. And it dawned on me, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
No rain, and then a lot of the trucking community is very, I guess not dumb, but they'll send 1 or 2 of their members to kind of go take a peek.
Feel it out?
Yeah, fill it out. And we got a lot of like positive, like, yeah, we're coming back. I'm bringing everybody. So that's exciting for us to have people come to San Jose, because they're all scared to drive the 152.
The ones you say, no,
Oh,
I don't,
in Patterson?
I don't want you here.
No, from Los Baños.
Oh, Los Banos. Yeah,
to
yeah,
come
yeah.
this way, they're all
But tell
scared.
them I don't want you anymore. But you had your chance. I got more people coming. You're out.
You know, in like this situation you're in right now, you know, that last one just passed. You know, you're planning for this next one in 2026. Are you doing like currently right now registering? So you know kind of how many cars and kind of how much room you need?
Yeah, so we do. So as soon as the first show in Texas hits, the one I went to in LST, I start opening the door.
Oh, okay. So then that's
kind of like I'll go to a show, take a bunch of picters, but before that I'll announce like the flyer, and then I'll start opening the actual. You use Eventbrite for that.
So I was gonna say, do you use a website? You know who?
So without giving a lot of details away, right? Because again, you have the context already. You have the paperwork already established. You don't have to answer this. Do you automatically apply right off the bat?
Oh yeah,
so
because
you
you're
can
already
secure
set. Yeah.
I haven't. I should be doing it already. But
I think you already
We're
did.
talking right now. You better do it. You
Yeah,
better
I
do it
should do it.
immediately.
But I think I have a good rapport with the city
Right.
that
Oh.
she might already been like, no, that's already taken.
Right.
Right. Because
Yeah.
I even to that extent, when the guy filed the event for the August show
Yeah.
last year,
You got the
she
call. Do you
called
know
me.
this guy?
Do you know
Here.
this guy?
wow.
Is this your show? And I'm
part of
like,
you,
no,
yeah.
he's a good guy. Like, help him out. And I gave that like, yeah,
Right,
like
right.
he's a good person because he helped us out. So now the fact that in San Jose, like there's two known, so now there's going to be a third show in San Jose. So this year I had mine already in, I want to say, in July. The guy Chris, he actually tapered off from the Lowriders and he started his own show. And I think it's gonna be crazy fun, but it's gonna be on Soaring King. Like he literally is closing
Oh.
Soaring King. So
That
he's,
intersection?
yeah, like literally from Jack in the Box to the Kingsburger to the Knox
Jesus
Street
Christ.
to the to
Tropicana?
Marsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's closing it off.
Wow.
And so I'm excited to see how it's gonna turn out because it's a busy street.
Not only that,
So,
how many people? I guess we don't know yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big section.
so you can kind of get an idea because this is my next question to you, Pepe. Do you think that kind of what you did on that Saturday, because your event was on a Saturday, right? Cinco de Mayo actually hit on Sunday. Right? The city sponsored an event where they closed
Yeah.
King Road from Alum Rock all the way to Story, right? Or Emma Prish Park or something.
Yeah, they fence it from King and on King
Rock.
and Story, and then it goes all the way to Alum Rock. So last year's was even bigger.
So did this? Do you have something to do with that?
I did get the phone call, and this is going to be a shout out to Kiara and Chris, I believe her name is Kim. They both work for their districts, and they're Latinas, and they're making big boy moves. Both of them are on each side of their districts, right?
Okay.
I did get the phone call in the beginning, and they had asked me, "Hey, we want to do this," and I'm like, well, I asked them, "Do you guys are trying to do it as a business or just as a community thing?" And they said, "No, we want to do it as a community thing." I said, "I will help you with everything on whatever, like how you need to do it." But if it's a city thing, it should be pre-approved because you guys are doing it, right?
Oh, because they work for the city.
Because they work for the city,
Yeah,
right? But
so-
they gotta the district has to pay for the stuff, right? Like the staffing and all that.
Yeah.
So when Kim reached out to me for the East Side, I'm like, hey, I'm from the East Side. I'm willing to help and assist and give you guys ideas and everything. I think you guys should do this, this, and this, and this. And then she took that and ran with it. So she's another innovator. She
Okay.
ran with it on the East Side, right?
So you had a part in that.
Yeah, that conversation did happen.
So the whole weekend, you have a thumbprint on that.
yeah.
See, so fuck, man, that's
And
fucking
then
cool, man.
and then Kiara from downtown said, "Hey, I also want to. Do you remember? I want to throw a parade and bring the trucks like back in the days where there used to be a Cinco de Mayo parade. You'd have the floating things. You have the trucks coming, and we were a part of that. We have pictures to this day of those events.
Right.
And we were like, okay, we're from the East Side, but we're stationed downtown, so we lend a hand more to Kiara."
Gotcha.
Because
Because that's
we-
kind of your side.
That's our side, right?
Yeah.
We grew up over there. And so then Kim did reach out, and I did tell her, she did reach out to the lowrider community because there's an actual council. I think his name is David. He is a teacher at San Jose State.
Let's give a little history
Yeah.
on the low riding culture,
Yeah.
not only in California but in East Side,
San Jose. So I don't know if you know this, but the 70s, this is capital of lowriders
in San Jose.
in San
King and
Story.
Story.
King Story and King.
King and Story is
At the Shakey's.
yeah.
Which funny, yeah, because there was a Shakey's here.
Yeah.
I thought, it was kind of closer to the Central Valley, maybe even lower, maybe Fireball, the, Fresno area, because that's where I do see a lot of,
But see, you don't
events.
see. But
So they were pushed out.
no.
Think about that,
Yeah.
right? It was common, even on Fridays. Everybody was cruising.
Yeah.
All the way to El Camino.
Yeah.
You guys
Well,
are
they just
probably
got
too young for that.
It was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they just allowed cruising back on.
But your
Story and
parents
King?
and I were on that.
Yeah,
right?
that loop.
So that's where I'm getting to, where this whole thing is coming back and it's accepted because so much shit happened, right?
Yeah.
In the past where stabbing, shooting,
Oh, yeah, of
and all this
course.
stuff, because people get out of hand and
Well,
people that come from
They don't come. They're not even from San Jose.
Yeah, they come out and they cause others trouble.
I was going to
So-
say mainly you get, the faction wars, you know what I mean? Or in better terms, gang wars.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Club wars, whatever you want to call it. But that's what ends up happening. You get over there, people drink a little too much, and, something's bound to happen.
So the cruising was outlawed since 90.
I would say I'd seen the signs since I was probably born. The can't cruise, right?
Yeah.
And
The
that
cruising was outlawed.
That was testament to that lowrider community.
Right.
That gentleman is actually a teacher, and he teaches like a heritage cultura. And
Is that the same individual that when they lifted the ban, was he there?
I think he was there that day. I wasn't there physically that day they did at the city hall when they took off all the
Yeah.
streets and that,
Yes.
but they were there, right?
Yeah.
So he's a part of that. He's an OG.
Yeah.
I've met him a couple times. So he did a lot. He did a lot of that
Yeah,
legwork.
mind you, it was. They said we're bringing it back. We're going to allow it, but somehow last year they shut it down real quick.
Oh, they shut it down real quick. So that's okay.
Really?
So go back to that. So 2 years ago when I did the car show at Eastridge, right?
Yeah.
So I already finished my show. I'm already home. I'm hella tired, right? Like I'm dumbass
over.
tired. And I get a phone call on Monday morning. Pepe, can you send me all the pictures of your show to our email? We're gonna have a meeting on Tuesday with the police department, with the mayor and everybody. And I'm like, sure. I was like, publicity, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So I send them over, and I hear from like people talking that I guess the police department closed it down within an hours. The whole every exit they use
Every
cows
freeway
for
exit.
every freeway exit.
They were sending him off.
no,
Or
you
pushing
couldn't
him
get
off.
into the. You couldn't even get into.
You're
these
either
sites.
were getting pushed
Oh.
into the freeway,
Yeah.
or you weren't allowed to exit.
Okay. Was that because there's too many cars, or
That's why that meeting happened, because the police department decided to do that with Caltrains.
Prematurely shut it down when it was an approved event already.
So that happened, and so then they decided, you know what, next year we need to make a better decisions, and that's why these events came about.
Gotcha.
So they're already pre-closed, but with the notion that it's to display the vehicles, to get the cultura, to get people to come, right? To get kids to see, how we were raised. Because at one point, I was, 10 years old in the back of the car, dreaming of having a truck one day and driving the east side, and and saying that we did it. And then to that extent, that last year's was phenomenal. Like, it was huge. This year was a little smaller than last year. Because I guess you could tell, like, because you're learning, right? You don't need that much space.
Exactly.
So you just start to notice where you need the impactful, and you could tell it's right between Pink Elephant and to King Road. That's what you just need, just that, and then Emma Push Park, right? It's a community park. Anybody can use it. They want people to be there. They put all the vendors there. It makes perfect sense, right? So they did I think it was dope. I went to 2 years ago. I went to the one downtown again because I'm supporting, the downtown. And then I want to say his name's Jose or Luis. I think Luis. He's also a pioneer. That's someone you guys probably want to talk to. He's a second opportunity. He grew up in San Jose. He made a lot of money. He has his own restaurant now, and he's funded that event downtown 2 years in a row.
Oh.
He's funded it all. He brings like lucha libre. He brings in music.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so he's funding that.
What restaurant does he have? Plug him.
It's not open
Yeah.
yet, but I know it's on Santa Clara Street. It's supposed to be like a Mexican think they're like bowls. Like I haven't really asked him because it hasn't really shown much of his side, but he just shows you a glimpse of what the wrestling's gonna look like. But it's someone that like this year, we communicated and got the same Cinco de Mayo logo. So I rented out one day and he did it the next day, and we shared the price because it was just picked up and dropped off at another location,
Nice.
both downtown. So that worked out awesome.
When you talk about the Cinco de Mayo logo, it actually had like 4-foot letters that said Cinco
Oh
de Mayo.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
show you real quick. I mean, it's freaking. I think that was the best $400 I spent. Just because the pictures were. Just,
Yeah,
Everybody's
everybody's
taking
getting around it. Yeah.
So it's right here.
Wow.
Let me go.
You kind of used it like if you were to go to like Mexican towns, especially where there's a lot of tourisms.
Oh, okay.
Somebody decided that, hey,
Oh,
let's do
yes.
a colorful name of the town
Yeah.
where you're coming, and people go and take pictures.
That's nice. For
That's
the
kinda what he
guys
did.
watching, the Instagram you can see the photos on is
It's Cinco de Mayo underscore show.
You
So
seen it?
Cinco de Mayo underscore show.
That's pretty cool.
most definitely.
Give your
Oh, mine's
your handle too.
Mine's J Pepe C6. It's a bunch of workouts and church and trucks. So
Yeah, if you want to see the
what you're
the
into.
last event,
yeah.
go to the first
Yeah.
one he mentioned and scope out the nice cars and
Yeah.
cool signs,
Trucks,
great people.
trucks.
Looks like yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
Alex,
sorry, trucks.
Put
Yeah,
your truck in there, man.
Oh.
Alex can't stop.
I have a
That's-
lifted truck.
that's a
Yeah,
monster
Not
truck.
a lowrider truck.
yeah, we have we have a lifted award too. So whoever's
Oh,
the best
okay.
lift,
There you go.
it's everything.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, I got to
So
freshen
the-
up the truck.
Yeah, just display it. We also working with downtown, trying to like last year. Kiara did the tree giveaway.
Oh, for like
So,
Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas. I guess I'm always willing to help. I think like giving back is the dopest thing ever. One of my memories from last year's show, and I will never forget it. I took the picture of the kid. He came up to me and he was just like, "How much are the shirts?" Because I sell shirts, and I'm like, "Oh, they're like $25." He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go ask my dad see if he can buy me one." He comes back, "Hey, my dad said no." I was like, "I got you. Let's go get you one." And I was like, "But I need to do me a favor." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "When you go get the shirt, I want you to stand right here. I gotta take a picture of you." So where that logo was at was him.
Oh.
and he was flexing
Got
with the
it.
logo in the back, and
Nice.
and just and I too with the way I saw him was he's probably looking at me like I'm gonna be like this motherfucker.
Oh
one day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You made him maybe not a dream come true, but you gave him a memory that he's gonna say, "Fuck, I remember this and that. Remember that guy that gave me the shirt." He might not remember your name.
Well, he's always gonna have a photo.
but he's
Yeah.
gonna say that guy that puts this thing together. He gave me this shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
And this year I did see him, and I looked at him and I winked at him, and he winked back, and I just kept going. 'Cause I was like literally on my watch. It said I ran 15 miles or walked and
Oh,
everything.
right.
Just
Dude, the whole
going
event.
back
Did you
and forth,
shave?
back and forth.
Did you shave?
Nah. I wear skinny
I would.
jeans.
He's on wear skinny
I
jeans.
wear skinny jeans. They cover up, but yeah, it was. And then another thing is my family support, right?
Definitely.
My dad thinks I'm nuts. My mom says, "Hell yeah, let's do it." So, I could say that for my mom and dad, I'm kind of both. My brother is my mom. I would say that, and then my sister is my dad, right? But then I got the mix of both because I could be loud, or I could be very observant.
Yeah.
And so my brother and my mom are very loud, but very proud of them.
Yeah, definitely.
They're very proud of who they are, and I love them. My dad is more reserved. Like I'll give you an example. My mom, when my brother played or I played, my mom would be front stage with drums and hitting in.
Oh, she's
Yelling at
all
the
about
rap.
it.
Yelling
Yeah,
at
she
the
was
rap,
all
like,
about
yeah,
it.
like chinga su madre, like all that shit, right? And then my dad would be in the corner.
I don't know that lady.
I don't know.
Just
that.
hanging out. Yeah, with his hat on.
Nothing.
Secret beer.
Like, were you there at the when Keeks and them fought?
I was there.
See, like my mom was there, and my brother was, and like so, it was a crazy event. So like every time I'd play at state, my teammates would be, "Hey, is your mom coming?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, she's coming." 'Cause
Yeah,
she got it
amp 'em
going.
up, yeah.
And then my dad would be like, "Hey, do you want to bring your mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll ask you for her." But
He's like, I try to leave your mom at home. You're like, no.
no, bring her. So, and so then it's like my mom was there, and I could see the joy in her, and my dad was just stressing out because like, hey, there's a mess, and he's like, let me clean up, and so he started cleaning up everything. So at the end of the show, I had already in my brain, I had an hour and a half to clean the whole site before.
Oh, really?
Because I had to clean it so it could go back to normal.
So you got to clean the streets.
Yeah, so I close it from 5 to 5. But by 5 p.m., the street has to be like nothing happened.
Oh, so everybody had to be leaving at that point.
No, I kick everybody out like around 3:30.
Oh, okay. So
So then it
5
gives
to
me-
3, everybody, the show's on, show's off. You guys got to start heading out.
Start cleaning.
And then right at 3, you start the real work begins.
Yeah, so last year it was a mess. But people left early because it was raining, so it gave us enough time to clean. This year, I swear to you, I turn around and I start looking at and everything, and my dad has everything organized.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just looking, I'm like, "Pa, like, how did you do it?" He goes, "Well, the whole time I just saw a trash full, I picked it up, put it in the truck."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Man, I need to hire him."
Yeah.
So, but my
you on the
sister,
road.
phenomenal, helped me sell shirts. My sister-in-law, my girlfriend, my nieces and nephews. They're just, I guess, if like you're saying, when you're working but you love what you do, it ain't working, and they see it in me that they're excited for me, right? Like it was a crazy Mormon experience, and I'm gonna talk about it. My nephew Adrian, we don't really get along because he's like my little brother.
Yeah.
So he's about 20 and I'm 36, and I raised him like with my sister. So to me, he's like my little brother, and we always bash heads.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 weeks ago, he walks in and he just hugs me, and says, "I'm so fucking proud of you, Theo."
Yeah.
And I looked at him like, "Why we're talking about?" He goes, "I see everything you're doing on your page, and it's like I could see it." And then like the day of the show, he goes, "See, you made all this," and it's something that made me feel proud. Like,
That's
yeah,
that's
Gonna
the
stick with
biggest-
them.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest, I think, award you can receive, right? When people notice that you're doing something that you worked hard this whole time and you made something happen,
Yeah.
right? And especially the people around you, the people that love you and that are supporting you, it makes it a lot easier.
yeah,
Right? When people are pushing against you because you know what you want to create, you know what you want to do, it makes it a lot harder, right? I always tell my wife, yeah, you know, all these years, 25 years of coaching, right? Traveling all over the country. It's hard. It's hard on the marriage. It's hard on the family,
Yeah.
right? It was a commitment I had. But then once these kids started growing up and graduating from college and they're inviting you to their graduation where there's only a certain amount of tickets, right? They're inviting you when they're to their wedding,
yeah.
right? Now the wife turns around and sees, oh, now I see the impact.
The impact you had on their lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So that to me, I never got paid to do any of that. That to me was my contribution to my community.
Yeah.
Right? Where I said, I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. This is what I want to do. It's not a job for me. I want to do this because I love to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. And shit, man, I mean, good luck to you, man. I'm happy for you. I hope it gets bigger every year. You've definitely done a lot to get to where you're at there. And I'm sure you get the haters out there that talk shit. Oh, Pepe did this. Oh, he stole this idea or this and that. But
Possibly.
again, you have to have the balls to execute it. You have to have the balls to put in the time, right?
Yeah.
And none of this happens if you're not 100% in.
Now he's 3 years in, going on the 4th year, only getting bigger, only getting better. You know, that's great.
Yeah.
Right. And then just to know the impact he had for other people to actually piggyback off of it and actually want to do something too.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
support them, right? Like I'm a true believer that pay it forward. Like I have so many crazy ideas that I try and just stop myself because there's not enough time in the day.
No, yeah.
It's crazy because like people ask me like you're gonna say how the hell do you do that in a day? So I'll give you a Monday
Your
just
routine.
a Monday.
Yeah.
So we wake up. Well, I wake up and then I go to the gym. I'm probably there by 5:15. We go probably till about 7:15, so about 2 hours. Me and Eric. I go back to my place, get ready, make myself my meal. So it's like I already had overnight oats. I started making like the packing everything
The
up.
overnight oats, dude. I actually just saw a thing about that. I was thinking about getting it myself.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, it helps throughout
Are
the
they
day.
good?
No, you got to make it. You make it as you want.
Yeah.
I know, but
you have to make it.
well,
Yeah.
no. The actual brand, overnight oats.
Oh no! So you put you get like
You okay?
right,
So
I
you
make
get
it the
your
night
own.
before, yeah.
Gotcha. So
Like
I was talking about the actual brand.
no, you gotta make
okay,
it.
okay.
So
That's why I was like, hey, are they good?
so then
wanted to know.
so you make it right. So you
Yeah.
you put it at night, and in the morning you cut up everything you want in, and then you pack it. And then I go to work, and I'm at work again, and I don't take lunch.
Yeah.
I tell my boss, yeah, I might show up 10, 15 minutes late, but when I'm here to work. I'm not here to like eat my food or anything. I'm here to work because I have I tell my boss, you have to have different players, right? You got to have players that show up on time. You got players that stay late, and you got to have performers. So you need everything. And I'm the performer. So I show up. I put in the work. I'm here to help. And then it hits like 5:15, and I'm out. I checked out, and I'm changing on my way to the gym again. And now I'm going to go to the gym with the second guys that I go work out with. So then whatever I did.
Sometimes he fucking runs to the gym. He literally runs to the gym.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta get my car, guys. I gotta run back.
So then, like in the morning, if I felt like something at that moment, I was probably on my phone because someone called me and I didn't get a good workout for like X muscle.
Yeah.
We'll push it that night.
Oh, so you'd go back? Again? Yeah.
Right. And then so
That's
we
the third
do that.
time?
That's the second.
Oh, so
second
the-
work.
gotcha,
So the
gotcha.
Monday, then
Okay.
come home. Still got a grocery shop and still got to cook dinner.
Yep.
And still make lunch for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then you're going to bed like 11, 12 to do it all over again.
Yep.
Twice a day you work out. Yeah, you
Twice
couldn't
a-
open this fucking door.
I pulled it and it was I didn't want to break the door.
That's right. He's gonna text you. He's like, something's wrong with the door.
Got him.
Yeah, I was going to text him. Yeah, and then it continues.
man.
So Monday and Tuesday, same routine, and then on Wednesday I take the day off. So I'll work out in the morning, and then I go to mid mass. I go to church, and then I decompress because you need that middle week wake up, right? Refresher. So then Thursday comes along, which is tonight. I would have been at the gym, but I obviously Sergio. I was like, yeah, I can.
You must have got a good morning workout.
Exactly what I did. We actually ran 5 miles this morning.
Okay.
So we ran 5 miles. My legs are sore, but we're good. And then tomorrow morning, I have a double shoulder workout. One with my best friend, and then with my girlfriend at night. So that's our date night. Our date night's not go to dinner somewhere. We actually work out together,
Build together.
right? And then we have Saturday. We'll go run 5 to 7 miles, depending on how we feel. And then I go to the gym again.
Pepe's ready for that fucking gladiator, bro.
Right?
Oh, it's
God
The
damn.
Spartan race.
Oh, let's go.
Spartan
Let's
race.
take
This
him to the
motherfucker
Spartan
could run
race.
that shit
Yeah,
3
Spartan
times
race.
over and probably be all right.
I think he
God
could probably
damn.
carry us through it.
Bring it back
might need him.
and put me on. Put me on the backpack.
But you
Pepe.
know why, right?
Fuck.
He doesn't have his truck.
Yeah.
That's why he has to run everywhere.
So where is it? You did mention that.
Right now, it's in Oroville, California.
Orville, yeah.
I know
Yeah.
exactly where that is.
This actually is he's a legend, man. His name's Bob Grant. I was actually talking to him on the way over here. He was telling me about his cat passing away, so we're just talking.
Oh, that's too
but,
bad.
But he's such a cool dude. He loves all my crazy ass ideas,
Yeah.
and I tell him all the time. This is the only person I like sending money to.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
only person. So the way I work with that is I'll send money as I see pictures, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go drive up there. So it'll be a moment where I'll get like 12 pictures, and I'm like, damn, that's fucking cool. And I'm like, damn, how much is he gonna want? And then he'll send me the text, and I'm like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then a month later passes, and I get more progress pictures. I'm not in a rush. I tell people this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon.
So what exactly is he doing? Are you welding the bays, extending? What do you do? What are you guys? What are you doing?
So what we have done in the last year, so right now he's currently working on. We put a 1962 dash inside of a 06 Silverado.
oh, you have an 06.
Yeah. So it's a newer version.
Okay, and you
I'm
went.
going backwards in
Yeah.
time.
So you went ahead and put in. Was that dash longer?
So it's shorter.
Oh, so
what
they
he
had to
actually
expand it.
So what he did was I ordered one on eBay. It was all rusty. All he did was he cut out the way what was needed. He made a template and then he started welding it inside the truck. And then he built around it.
Fitting it. Are you using the modern gauges and just
Yeah.
putting it into the old? Gotcha.
We're gonna be doing Dakota gauges on that, and then an Apple iPad and all that. And then he's doing the steering column to go with everything, right? You can't just leave the stock when you have to go all out. So we're
Yeah.
going that route. So that just actually why I was texting him is I told him that the actual adapter showed up.
Oh, nice.
So I literally have to call my credit cards because I put that the address is shipping over there. Everything's over there.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, someone's stealing from you." You're
I
all,
was
"No,
like,
it's
"No,
me.
it's me."
That's me. I swear."
So then, but prior to that, again, I'm going backwards. So I actually opened up. So new trucks have side windows, side mirrors. I shaved them off and put a glass window,
oh,
like the OC.
yeah, like the old,
Yeah.
like the,
Yeah.
the has the turnstile.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I
okay.
did that, and then I removed everything that's considered plastic on a new truck and put metal.
Oh,
Nice.
so all interior has been
Yeah.
pulled, bumpers,
Everything.
How many
Little
times have you
fenders.
taken it apart?
It-
Show him a picture.
Yeah.
Show you a picture.
The name of the truck is called Kentucky Blue.
Yeah. That's because my barber, his name's Louis, he's like, one day I'm showing up and he's like, yo, where's your truck at? And I'm like, oh, it's at a shop. He goes, I can't wait to ride Kentucky Blue. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, you look like Drake. You know the song Kentucky Blue. And then I'm like, all right, let's go with it. And so
I want to
used
do you
it.
a better solid. You definitely don't look like Drake. You look better than that guy.
So here,
Man, you hate Drake.
I hate that guy. I don't like that guy. I mean, I don't know him as a person. I just don't like his music.
Okay.
yeah, so
Wow.
that's what they're doing. So this is a side profile view of it.
Okay, is that it being worked on currently?
Yeah, so he did. So this is like a metal work that they used to be all
Oh,
plastic.
yep.
So now we're doing metal.
Start working on my
The
So
wiper cowl.
extended that because
Oh,
it needed
yeah.
more room. Just
Oh
this is a
shit,
custom front end. No one has this.
that's nice.
Then he's gonna finish it.
So
and then he's not gonna want it anymore. And
J
he's gonna redo it.
Pepe, what's the J
Yeah.
Pepe 6?
Yeah,
Check a look. He does have his truck on there.
That's how it
it
looks.
does look. Damn, it's bossed out.
yeah.
It's nice.
So and then this is when it was here, just messing. Before I took it to Bob, this is just me messing around.
Oh yeah.
What's up with the engine, Pepe?
Oh, so that
Talk about
one.
the engine.
So the engine,
Yeah.
I do have an LSA for it that I've been saving for like 4 years.
LS8.
LSA. It's a supercharged LS. I've had it, but not that I don't want to put it on. I'm actually again going backwards. I have a guy out in Fresno. His
We're
name's
gonna put a 454 in it.
no. So so I'm putting a whole brand new frame, like actual one-off frame. No, I'm talking like the chassis
Yeah.
frame.
Oh, the whole chassis frame.
Yeah. So he's making it. I already gave my deposit. He has all the material. So
Is
I
it gonna be tube?
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That was a secret, but there you guys.
Oh no!
It's all good.
Squeezed it out of him.
But there's a thing that I
can't air this fucking this episode until it comes out.
Nah, you're fine. I actually I think outside the box on all the shit I do in my truck, and a lot of people get mad like, don't post it because people are gonna copy you. But
Well,
I tell
good. Spend the money.
Plagiarism.
Yeah, see if they
plagiarism
can.
is the
Shit.
best form of.
there of
I forgot.
no, it's
satisfaction,
It's
no,
like no of
what is
like
it?
admiration.
Yeah, admiration.
Yeah. So I have a hashtag called copy and paste
Yeah.
Nice.
because people just tend to copy and paste, and I just
Nice.
smile.
Yeah.
Well, it's like my partner says. You got your plumbing license? I encourage you to open up your own business. Good luck to you. But it's not as easy as it looks, right? They see the final result. You post. Oh, it must be easy. He did it. I can do it.
Yeah.
But everything you have to go through to get to that picture, whew.
And-
that's the process that people don't want to go through.
Yeah.
Right?
Or too scared to try it, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
again, like
I don't know where to start.
a lot of the
Yeah.
things that I do on the truck, it's crazy because like that wiper delete, it's been done on other trucks, but no one's done it on my year.
Oh.
So that's a cool thing, right?
Yeah.
I know that because I've seen all the fucking dopest trucks that are my year and no one has it.
Gotcha.
So again, number one, right? The front end that I told you is a one-off. That was custom made by that guy up there.
He what
He
where
made
did
it-
that come from originally?
No, he literally. So it's the base of
so
the bumper, and he
oh.
just made metal around it.
Oh.
He
He's a
designed it the way
fabricator.
he fabricated the way he wanted it.
Gotcha.
And then my idea was like, hey, I want this and want that. I want this and this. And then I'll find the parts. He'll be like, okay, it'll work this way, and we put it together.
Damn.
And so then
That's fucking cool.
the deleting of that side mirror, no one's done that on my year.
Yeah, it's wild.
They've done it, but they cover it. They don't put a window. They just cover it.
Don't take that extra step.
They don't
Yeah.
take that extra step. The all the plastic, right? I think plastic is whack, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially if you're pulling out that old school dash,
Yeah.
all metal.
Right.
Of course, you want to continue that on throughout the truck.
So
When was the last time the truck was in a show?
woo, shit. When was the last time? 23 probably.
Oh,
It was
okay,
in
so not that
Fresno.
long ago. Yeah,
But it is a long time. Like when you don't like. So I went and bought myself a '96 Impala because I missed my truck, and then that one's in the shop now because it's misfiring. So
oh, really?
yeah, so I have a lot of cars in the shop, but
So, roughly, how much money have you put into Kentucky Blue?
I can't tell you. That one, no. If
do an
if
over
my mom
under.
hears this,
You're not gonna
do
get
an
in
over
trouble.
under with them.
You're not gonna
it's
get in
probably,
trouble.
to be
I'm
honest.
sure she knows.
Well,
She just
to be
doesn't.
honest, okay, I'll do it.
Wait, let us guess. and then you give us the estimate who's
Okay,
closer.
go for it.
Because looking at the work done, and not only is it custom, it's one-off stuff. I'd definitely say you're probably within the 80K range.
80?
I
Yeah.
think he's way low because he's done it a couple of times.
Right. he
Oh,
said
that's-
this
oh.
is
You're
for-
just seeing what it looks like now.
Now you're right. You're
But
right.
he's-
Total though.
But he's not right now, right? Because I still got more to go forward.
Yeah.
Right.
So right now, I would say probably because I tell people this way. Look, I've had it since 06. We're at 2025. That's about 19 years. No,
Yeah.
20 years. 19 years.
Yeah, just
and
about.
just say $5,000 each year. Mm-hmm. Do it that way and do your own math.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I think it's more because you still had to pay for that thing too.
Yeah.
Plus
Oh,
whatever it
okay. So
costs.
I don't
the truck,
count. I don't
cost
count.
the
I don't,
truck.
so I got to tell you, I don't count that because my parents bought it.
Oh,
okay.
perfect. That's,
So I would tell
hell
you why.
yeah.
That story was dope. It's that to be honest, that was originally. So my brother went to Sac State, and my parents were gonna buy him a Tahoe.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what he wanted, a 2007 Tahoe. And I convinced my brother. Said, "No, bro. Like, check this out. You need to get."
Does that look right?
Yeah, right there. See.
Yeah.
I told him, no, you need to get a Silverado. Just make sure it's power windows. I'll pimp it out for you. I got you. Like, I work for this. For this. I'll do whatever you want. He's like, are you sure? But I was like, I'll get a fucking job to fucking pimp it out. He's like, all right, let's get the Silverado then. So I said, it has to be 4 doors because I want to fit people in it.
I was gonna say for the hose, but you know.
And then I said, it just needs to have power windows because our 98 Cavalier, you had to fucking go.
Oh, dude, no doubt.
I hated
From growing
that.
up.
Fucking Cavalier, huh?
And that year, that was like a luxury because early 2000s, that wasn't really a thing. You still had to fucking
Right.
go like this. So he got it. And sure enough, I tinted the windows. We both put a system. I ended up buying them 26-inch Giovanni wheels at the time.
Hey, it's early 2000s. That was slamming.
That
Yeah.
was he was
Bro,
the shit. He was driving.
it was fucking
He was
tight.
having a great time.
Yeah.
And then he calls me one day and says, "Hey, you ready for the truck?" And I'm like, "What happened?" He goes, "I'm pregnant." And I'm like, "Congratulations, but hell yeah, give it to me." And so we switched cars. He took the 98 Cavalier.
Okay.
And he's like, I got to save money and I'll give you the truck and then we'll go from there. So then my mom, again, raised no fools and she's always on us. So she bought that truck, but she always had a black book.
Oh, so she had a little bit on the side.
She had that as my brother's debt.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, I bought it for you, but you're going to pay it to me one day. Right? That was her mindset of growing men. So I was like, so what's the debt? And I looked at it, I could pay that.
Yeah.
But I'll pay you when I'm done with college, Mom. She's like, all right, cool. So I kept doing stuff to the truck every year, spend money. And it became a passion, right? And when I got I went to school to be a 7th grade math teacher.
Yep.
And I was actually doing the 6-month program where 6 months student, 6 months teacher. I was starting to get like, I wonder how much I'm gonna get paid. Like, shit, I did all this schoolwork.
Was that for your credential?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, how much am I getting paid? 'Cause
Sister's a teacher.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So then I was washing cars at a dealership at the time, and I was making like $35K a year. I mean, imagine you had your whole San Jose soccer team at work. It was 11 of us.
Yeah.
God damn.
You're just having the time of your life.
Yeah, it's
No
fun.
worries. You're just working and making $35K and living at home was cool, right? And when I saw the paper to sign to be a teacher, it was $50K a year. But I've always been outside thinking, I'm like, wait, that's only not even for 8 hours because then I got to plan for the next day. And then I got to deal with the disciplinary of the kids. And then I got to worry about all this material. I was like, that's not enough money. So then I started questioning myself and I started realizing, dude, that's why there's not a lot of men teachers. Because when you're a man, you're the head of household and you're supposed to provide, right? Women are teachers because possibly most likely there's second income or they still live with their families. So then I started analyzing my life and I started thinking of all my male teachers. And I remember asking them like, hey, where do you live? Or who do you live with? And all of them said my parents. And they were grown ass men.
Huh.
So I'm like, fuck, I fucked up.
That's why you got to go blue collar.
I mean, you do make money.
So I was like,
But, in that aspect, that's funny that you say that. When I was going to school, we're not too far off of age. So I did have a few male teachers, you know what I mean? But I do know also that some teachers get paid different than others. You know what I mean?
As you get more years, it's like a timetable. They did explain that to me. So every year you get an increase, and then if you continue going to school, you get an increase this way. So it becomes
Gotcha.
like a timetable.
Gotcha.
But I was 24. I ain't got time for all that. Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to make money.
I thought I was gonna get paid now.
So at that time, I'm like, all right. So it was a conversation with my manager at the time. His name was Randy, and I was explaining to him, and he kind of just looked at me and didn't say much. And then whatever it was, I left to Vegas to go watch Felipe play. He had invited me, and so I was gonna go to Vegas to hang out with him. And on my way to Vegas, I get a phone call from Randy and the managers, and they're like, "Hey, we want to offer you a job."
Oh.
And I was like, in my brain, I'm like, dude, I'm leaving. Like, what do you mean the job? I already have a job. I work with you guys, but I'm leaving. And they're like, no, we want to offer you the service writer position.
Oh, so they're bumping you up at the same place.
At the same place. And I'm like, you know what? I need to talk to my parents because they did invest in me to go to school. And can I get back to you guys on Monday when I get back? They're like, yeah. So I called my mom and I was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to have to talk to you on Sunday when I get back. Tell Dad at 4 o'clock I'll be there. Nothing's wrong. I just got to tell you something.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. So I came back. I went
He didn't sleep all week and Monday.
So I broke the news to her, and because I already talked to my brother, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna do this because I see what those guys are making. I know how much they're making.
So it's solid income.
Solid, super solid.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how to break the news to my mom though. He's like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah,
It's your goddamn life,
I live
right?
with my mom. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in debt with that blue truck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So then, I get home and I talk to her, and she's just like, "I'm so disappointed. You went to school to be a teacher. Like, why are you doing that?" And then I told her, I mean, we always say this. That's our plan B, right? Like, if everything else fails, I can still go back to that.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "But can you do it one day?" And I was like, "Okay, if they pay $80K a year, I'll fucking do it on the spot."
Yeah.
This is like 2012.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna do it. She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna find you a job that pays $80K right off the bat." I
Yo,
said,
good.
find it and I'll be there.
Yeah.
So then I go back Monday and I sit with the guy, and he's just like, "So you ready to take the job?" And I was like, "Yeah, but how much am I gonna make? Like, if I'm making a commitment, not doing my teaching,
My chosen path.
like,
Yeah.
what I chose." And he's like, and he wrote it down. He said, "Look, this is the base, and this is how much you can make." But that number didn't have a number. It was just a line.
You can make as much.
And he just fucking put money signs, right? And I'm like, "For reals?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, bet." I was like, "But I can't start till the 18th of December because my graduation is the 17th.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, so I'll train you between October to December while you're kind of with me here. I'll let you go to school and I'll finish the jobs because people want, customer satisfaction here." So all right, cool. So I would literally work from like 8 to 12 and then go to school from like 1 to like 3 and then come back and do paperwork at the end and just hustling.
Explain a little bit more in detail of what you do on a daily basis at your primary job.
So a daily basis, in between 10 to 15 people I assist with their cars, such as either oil changes, tire rotations, diagnosis, helping them with like their Bluetooth, anything they need. We're there to help, right? We're a service center. And then at the that's the check-in part. And then the second part is updating them and letting them know what we found with their cars.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's not good news. Sometimes it's good that there's no news because then there's no problem. They got to spend money. But majority of them, there's a lot of customers that like love to nitpick stuff. I'll give you an example. So I'm just talking from experience, right? So Chevy Corvette owners, prior to the CA that just came out, mainly their drivers were all older men.
Of course. Why?
100%, right? White old men just driving the Corvette. That's their fucking car. They can smoke any car because it's fast and they're old and they don't care, right? What's the one thing old people can't do?
Drive.
No, hear.
Oh, that too.
They can't hear shit, right? So all the road noise, right?
Yeah.
You're talking creaks, you're talking rattles, you're talking anything. It is like no one says anything. Well, fucking C8 comes out. Now you got young money wanting these cars.
Sure.
And guess who's saying, "Hey, when I'm driving 50, I hear a rattle right
I hear
here.
you tapping or
I hear
whatever.
it tapping."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Okay, can I tell you something?" Then you can don't get offended. I tell him, "Don't get offended, but I got to give you the background story." I said, he goes, "What's up?" I was like, "Is this your first Corvette?" Yeah.
He's like, it's normal.
I said, "No, that's cool. Like, that's dope. You made it. You got your car. But I got to tell you one thing. When your engineer was making this fucking car right here,
Was it
tell me what's the one thing he did not give a fuck about?
Noise.
No.
Noise. He's here to make your car fast, stop, and look pretty.
Yeah, this is not a luxury car where it's quiet.
Right.
So I said, if you want a quiet car, I'm not trying to be funny, but Lexus is down this fucking street.
Yeah.
And they look at me like this, and I'm like, you want? I could be fake and tell you, hey, let's check.
Shit's
it.
wrong with it and
Right.
make you
Figure it
pay,
out.
but it's not going to be any different.
So then I'm like, and it's funny because they don't cover rattle noises to diagnose it. Now, if I find a broken clip, I
Oh.
can charge a broken clip.
Okay.
But if I don't find a broken clip and I just got to put padding to make your noise go away, I got to charge you his time.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want to pay or no? And there'll be the arguments, and I'm just like,
Yo, bro, what do you want me to do? Either say yes or no.
or you have the customer that will come on a Friday at 4:00. Hey, my check-in's line, about to go to Tahoe. I need you to fix it now.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's wrong with it.
Yo, yeah.
So
I'm about to go on a fucking 5-mile run.
yeah, I'm about to leave. I'm about to go.
I'm going on my second workout, boy. I don't know about you.
So to that extent, to what I've learned, and it's crazy because you get mentors, right? You learn from people, and there's some guys that have taught me certain things, and I better them. But one guy did tell me 2 things. His name is Eric Murguia. He says, not your car, not your problem. Don't let it affect your after you leave work. That's not your fault. They made the decision to buy that car. Number 2 is you don't know how many zeros they have in their bank account.
Not at all.
They might look poor, but they motherfuckers are rich. And the guy that looks rich is hella poor.
There's a reason why he has that money.
So he's like, don't worry about it. So when you present a price, say it with confidence, like you've been there before, and let them make their own decisions.
Yeah.
And that one movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, where you just stay quiet. You have to.
Yeah.
The person that fucking talks first is gonna lose. Say, hey, sir, you need control on Bush. It's gonna be $3,000.
No, I see it every day.
You know?
I
What are
see
you
it
going to
every
say?
day.
And then they say, when can you have it done? Tonight. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Or, hey, I don't have it. I'll get it done tomorrow. But if you're like, oh, it's because you need this because of this.
That confidence,
Nah, just stop.
they prey on that. If you don't have that confidence, they said, I own this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well,
I own this motherfucker. Now I dictate what I want to pay here.
let me ask you the question that we, our favorite question at our podcast here.
Oh, yeah.
Out of your working, both in your primary job, and I'm going to call it your secondary job, how you get your car club and everybody together. What is by far the craziest thing you've experienced?
I gotta work.
Anywhere.
Primarily at work.
With
So
the- with the work,
either at
yeah.
work or at your events.
Events. I would say probably more something at work than events because, to be honest, nothing really happens at our shows like
That's
crazy.
great. Nothing happens at those shows. Nothing. Except for what's supposed to happen.
We've had it was crazy because you're like living in the moment, but it's kind of crazy. There was a customer with like an electric car that he could hear a buzzing sound. And it's funny because our dispatcher didn't realize it was obviously a very heat case, so he gave it to an older technician. Old man can't hear shit either. Right? You can't hear it.
Blind was leading
So,
the blind.
so he goes on a test drive, says, you hear that? And he's like, no, I don't hear anything. So then they come back, he gets mad. They bring in a younger guy. They drive, he can't hear it either. And then I know him because he's like, oh, I can't hear from 1 ear anyways. I already know who he was. Right? I'm like, bro, why are you guys saying
He only has one good ear.
So then I'm like, I'm quiet, right? Because I'm not trying to deal with that customer. I'm just like watching. And so then he's hella mad. And so the service provider says, hey, we did 2 people drive with you. They couldn't hear the noise. Unfortunately, it's not something we're telling you, but you might have a higher pitch noise in your ear that you can hear things that we can't hear.
Okay.
Now you're a doctor, huh?
Yeah, fuck.
So then that's what the person tells them. And I'm just like, I would have said the same
That's
thing.
what he said. You're a fucking doctor now?
So the guy gets in his car, locks it, and just starts fucking honking the horn.
Oh.
Like, and this is a fucking service drive where it echoes.
And how old is he?
He looks like he's probably like 30.
Oh, so is he white?
Yep. Skinny white boy. And he's acting like this. Like you cannot talk. You
No,
can't
just
hear anything.
fucking deafening.
And the manager's like knocking at his window.
Yeah.
Stop. No fucks.
No.
Holy cow.
It tells him we're gonna call the police. No fucks. Just for like 30 minutes, dude. The police
What
get there.
the fuck?
Like he didn't stop.
Bro, he was there the whole time. Even
No,
the police were
30
there.
minutes.
He's
We had-
still fucking on
He's
that
just
horn.
there, and the cops are knocking. He's not budging. right?
Wow.
They bust his door.
Nah, he ended up opening it, and he says, if you guys can't fucking hear that, you can hear this.
Left you guys with the bunny.
I was, dude, it was the cops arrested him, and he's not welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
Disturbing the
Wow.
peace.
Here's the question though: did he really have a sound?
I didn't go in the car, so I can't confirm or deny.
Did he? Did that car actually make a sound? That's a good question.
That's one. Two, never trust a fucking person that drives an electric car.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the crazy shit they say. So people that have electric cars, when they have to go get gas on our loaner cars,
Oh yeah.
you're making it inconvenient for me to go to the gas station. I said, wait, what?
You're all, since you need all this petrol, you know what the fuck?
I'm like, but you said you needed a car. Yeah, I needed an electric car. I was like, we don't have those because we just don't. Because
Yeah.
we also have vans that are not electric. We have trucks. We have Silverado. We have everything, and we just gotta, keep this. Like we try to keep here's the crazy part. Our loaner cars are trying to be not as small as possible, but in the middle, where the truck guy can't complain nor the electric guy can
Yes.
complain. So you're in the middle, right?
Like SUV style.
You'll get dudes that'll be like, yo, I can't fucking drive that. I'm like, you've never driven a car before? You've never rented a car, like a little car.
You've never seen a Chevy Malibu?
Yeah.
What, bro? Get in it.
I'm not even trying to show you, like our Latinos are the biggest crybabies. They are.
They're bringing the big trucks and they're like, I can't drive this small guy.
No, like they'll just be like right off the bat, like they'll get a light and it has like the truck has like 20,000. Like, I'll give you one. Oh, I'll give you a fucking. Oh my god, it was crazy. The guy has a 2024 Silverado with 90,000 miles.
Jesus Christ, where's he been driving?
So then he
the valley.
He comes in and he's like, hey, I need to talk to this person. And I'm like, oh, they're not here, but how can I help you? He goes, well, I have a brand new fucking 2024 and it has all these fucking noises and the transmission sucks and all this sucks. And I'm just like, oh man.
You're crazy.
So I'm like, bring it in. Like, I want to help
let's look
you.
at it.
And I'm like,
He turned it on and took one look. You're fucked.
I did that. Mine when he said it's fucking brand new, but it's fucking 90,000. So I walk up, I was like, ¿A dónde va, oiga?
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, tiene 90,000 millas. He goes, sí, está nuevecita. I was like, ¿de dónde? Yeah. And he's like, no, es que la transmisión ya no sirve. I was like, okay, le voy a hacer una pregunta bien mensa, pero no se me ofenda. ¿Ya le hizo todos los servicios a la troca? He's like, yeah, I did everything. I was like, so what did we do? Le hice el cambio de aceite y la rotación. I was like, desde 0 hasta 90, ¿nomás le hizo eso? Ajá. I'm like, ese es like un cuarto del servicio. Todavía le falta la transmisión, las brecas, todo esto. Y he goes, no, está bien caro. Yo no voy a hacer esas cosas. I was like, entonces por eso se le chingó la transmisión. So his transmission was fucked.
So I have a cousin in Mexico. And the motherfucker thinks all you have to do to your vehicle is put fucking gas. So this fucker's the luckiest person in the fucking world because everybody loves him. My wife fucking hates him. He's like, this fucking leech, this and that. I said, but we have to have a clown like him, because he's the one that makes us laugh, right? Yeah. So whenever we go on trips, we obviously sponsor him, right? Or
Sponsors. That's it. The sponsor.
so then when we're complaining, everybody's sitting around talking about him. It's our fucking fault. We created this idiot, right? So his fucking engine blew out. Right? He had a Ram, and I go, hey, when was the last time you changed the oil on this thing? He goes, what do you mean, change the oil?
No.
I said, dude, do you ever even fucking service this thing? Why? I'm like, are you
It
fucking
just runs on
kidding me?
hopes and dreams. What do you mean?
He has a friend that said, you know what? Rico, take it to the fucking shop, to the dealership. We're going to replace it for you. Fucking whole engine, right? 9 months later, guess what happened? He fucking blows that engine again.
Wow.
Had to.
So that mentality,
Yeah.
people think, and kids nowadays, they think all you have to do is put fucking gas in the car and you should be good.
Yeah.
Don't rotate the tires. Don't change the oil. Don't do any service because they're supposed to last forever.
Like I tell people, don't get me wrong. I tell people, look, I have 3 cars, and the white one gets a less love, and it might blow up on me, but that's my fault.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving it that love. That blue one ain't never blowing up. I go over the top with that one. And the Impala, I'm trying to fix it. I tell them.
That's how it is, dude. I feel like same thing with Alex. I own a sports car. Alex has this truck. Sergio.
I don't.
He got.
I
He got his fleet
I have
of vehicles out here. you show, what you desire way more attention than my little Corolla out here, my beater, has almost 500,000 miles on it, still runs just fine.
And the only reason you're getting rid of it.
Because I have to. Somebody stole the catalytic converter.
And you can't smog it.
Exactly.
Damn.
And I'm not going to spend $2,000 on a fucking catalytic
On a car
converter.
that's worth $5.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're not. So, I feel the same way, right?
I had another experience. A guy had a 2000. I'm still dealing with them to this day. And this is what we call married to the customer. Right? You're married to them because once you take their money, they want to be your.
You're
supposed to fix
you're
everything.
their man. Oh, I'll call my guy at the dealership.
So he had a 2007. It was a Pontiac Solstice.
Oh no, bro. Those cars are horrible.
Yeah. See, I didn't want to say that because I don't want to offend him if he watches this.
I don't care. That car has a lot of problems,
So
dude.
he
There's
blew
a
his
reason
engine.
why they don't make it anymore.
Yeah, he blew his engine, and I was just like, "Hey, I think it's time for a new car." He goes, "No, I want to fix it." And I said, "That's hella money."
Oh no, let
And
it
then
go.
He's like, "How much is it?" I was like, "You know what? I didn't even spend the time to look at it. But if you're really interested, I could do it. I could look it up." He's like, "Yeah, I'm really interested." I'm like, "All right." 17 grand later.
Oh shit.
He's like, "Yeah, do it." And I was just like, "Oh fuck, okay."
Maybe he had his first girl.
He has his first credit card,
and then-
probably.
And then we started, right? And obviously parts are not always available.
Uh-huh.
So we told him it's gonna be a little bit, but then you take out the engine and then you see the flywheel's cracked because it's a manual. So now you need a flywheel and a master cylinder. And so now you're adding
And
more.
might as well
Now-
clutch, and you might
there
as well
go.
do
So we
everything
ended up-
else in
We're at
there.
like 22 grand. And
Whole new car.
he came and now like every so often his car won't start and he's like, "Hey, if we can check it," and I'm like, "Fuck, do I do like the diagnostic fee or free it?" So what
I
I
already got him for 22.
now you feel like you owe
What else do you want me to do, bro?
So, but then his car's so old. I tell him that half our technicians are the car's older than them, right? Like they don't know that car, so I have to wait for the older guy. And I was like, and if it's for noises, good luck, because he can't hear shit.
Oh no shit. He's
Right,
deaf.
because he can't hear
Poor
shit.
guy.
But he's like the grumpy old man that just gets his shit done. Like if it's a car,
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
he'll look at the car, he'll fix it, and then be like, "You better sell it because I already fixed it."
He's like, I think it's fucking junk.
I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, he's already fixed it. This is what I'm looking for, and it's like I'm like, dude, that's $3 grand. What the? So then I got a call, right? I got to sell it. Like if it's not even fix it. So
Right.
then I'm on the phone calling it. Like I'm trying to convince you to do the work because we already fucking did it.
Oh yeah.
And that's-
Oh no. Oh shit. Because he didn't even wait. He didn't wait for the approval.
he fixed it.
He's all, I fixed it. Josh, we haven't got paid.
So then I make that phone call.
I get that. I get that with some of these guys,
Fucking
man.
Christ.
So I'm like, dude. So then I make the phone call and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing today?" Good. I got great news.
He puts a sweet voice
everything.
on.
I said, good thing is we figured it out. We know how to fix it. I have the part in stock and I can start right now. I just need your authorization. Tell me so I can make the technician start right now. Let me know.
Oh, give him a little haste.
And they're like, well, how much is it? I'm like, 3,200. Okay, go for it. All right, well, I'll call you back. Bye.
No,
So here you go.
15 minutes later, it's done.
No, exactly. I'll go get it washed. No, I'll go get it
finished.
washed. I'll go get it driven. I'll make sure
Oh,
it's nice and
shit.
pretty. Because what happens is you fix it, and he says he fixes it, and then you put 10 miles, and the fucking light comes back on. So then I go in back and be like, "Hey, the light came back on." And he's like, "Oh shit, I left this loose," and then he clips it back in and drive it again.
Oh.
And then I call the customer like, "Hey, I got great news. We're making great progress. I'll see you at 4:00." I already washed it, drove it, car's fixed. We're
Yeah,
good. But then
You're
there's
already counting your chickens.
somebody like,
The
yeah.
chickens are in the basket.
but against it's like against the rules, right? Because it's like, damn, you're not supposed to do it. You're supposed
Oh,
to do
no,
this.
right.
Yeah.
But I get it because he's old, he's grumpy, he doesn't have time to waste. If he has it, he's gonna fix it.
He's going to die soon.
He
Fuck
goes,
it.
he
He's got no
goes.
time
They're
to waste.
here. They're gonna fix it, and I'm like, all right, it is what it is.
No doubt.
No,
doubt.
so yeah, I mean, I went with that over that conversation. So do you have conversations? You can't be doing this, man. We haven't even gotten approval, and you're already doing the work.
Yeah, no, I mean that to him I don't because
You can't change.
he's kind of right. Like the car's gonna need it, but like he doesn't cry about his hours.
Right.
So we have technicians that a job will pay 10 hours, and I pay him like 9.8, and he's like, "Yo, what the fuck happened to these 2
My point. Yeah. My point.
And
too.
I'm like, I gave the guy a $50 discount. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah,
not always
easy
gonna win,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
And he'll be like I'll look up a job and he'll do it. He'll fix the car's fixed, and I look up the job and I'm like, how many hours do you want? He goes 2. I look at the job and it says 9, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So then I call the customer like, hey, you know, I'm gonna sell it for the book time because that's real time, right? And I'm like, hey, I can get the job done, you know, blah blah. It's like, let's just say I'll say a number like $2,000, and he'll be like, nah, it's too expensive. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me call you back. I think I could work something out.
The car's already fixed.
Yeah, car's already fixed
Car's
for
already
a
fixed.
2-hour time instead of an 8-hour.
So then I call him. I say, you know what? I talked to my director. I feel bad for you. Want to take care of you. What if we do it for half the price? Like just for you though. You can't even be telling people we do this. They're like for real. I'm like, yeah. So then what I'll do is
You're a nasty salesman,
I'll
bro.
put it all on there and make it look right and get it taken care of. Because at the same time, that
Don't
old
get
man,
too many secrets though.
the old man does get paid on hours though.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but he's there just to work because I feel like he's there
It's a
not
job for
to
him.
get old, right? Because he keeps them young.
Because he's already old.
Yeah. No, because the people that retire, they don't know what to do with themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And then they like shut down.
Yeah.
He's walking around happy as can be because everybody looks for him because he knows everything. Yeah.
No shit, right? He's the man there.
feels
He's
Yeah.
a man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there is times where like the youngsters, I'm like I'll give you an example. I had a kid and I'm like, hey, the paperwork said I wrote it up the day before. I said, hey, the paperwork said 9 a.m. to finish it because you guys are here at 7 and then take it to detail to be done by 4. It's 2:00 and you just gave it to me. What happened? And he's just like,
I had to go to lunch.
Yeah, something. I
had to
had
take a
another
shit.
car to do.
so before I had that conversation, I went up to the dispatcher. I'm like, yo, what happened with this? He goes, I gave it to the technician earlier. And I'm like, okay, cool. But did you not see this? Like this should already be over here. He goes, I was trying to do my best. I was like, I get it. But but the Pepe before would be like, yo, what the fuck? And then to the tech, yo, what the fuck? Now I take the approach like, let me get all the information before I snap.
Yeah.
Right. So I go up to him and then I said, hey, when did you actually get it? He goes, honestly, Pepe, I got it at 12. And then my lunch is at 12. So I didn't do it till 1 and now it's 2 and I got it done at 2. I said, bet. That's all I needed to know. So then I go to the dispatcher. I'm like, hey, I know you have hella shit to do, but I think it's time to hire someone to help you.
Yeah, alleviate some of
because
the
you have a
stress.
lot of shit going on. You're getting pulled 10 different directions. I'm gonna save this whole ordeal. Don't worry. But these are the examples of why you're pulled so many directions.
How do we fix this problem?
Yes. So I went in and I ran to detail. I said, hey, do me a mini detail right now. Get it done in an hour. I have the car till 4. Okay, cool. I ran back. I sent the customer text. Hey, ma'am, the detail got done, but it wasn't to my liking. Can I keep it overnight? Or do you want to just take it as is and not pay anything?
Yeah.
She said, I'll take your word. I'll take it as is. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Everybody wants free.
So everybody won. She got a mini detail that's normally $90 for free. The technician didn't get yelled at. The dispatcher got informed of what the problem is, and
Yeah.
the customer left happy, not paying a dime,
And got her car on time.
and got a car on time. And that's the shit that I'm making all these decisions. So to that point of my relationship, the person I'm dating now is I try to be more a better version of myself, because back then I was kind of like, yo, I already made all the decisions in a day. I can't get home to make more decisions.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on the couch, watch football or basketball. You
Just-
figure it out. I'm
yeah.
right here decompressing.
Yep,
But I've come to realize that the way I'm approaching to be a better person for my person, and she tells me every day, you're like, bro, you cannot be real. Like, how the hell do you have all this energy? And I said, cuz I said,
I work out twice a day.
Is Illuminati.
Yeah. It's not drugs, I promise you. Shit.
and I look back and I give this advice, and I'm gonna give it to you guys too, because this is something that I tell all my boys that are going through something with their partner. Because everybody, you have a girlfriend?
What?
No, I'm
Wait.
asking you.
Oh, yeah. Before that, yeah, never mind. I was going to go somewhere else, but never mind. Yes. So I have a life partner of 13 years.
Perfect. You have a wife and you have
Wife.
perfect. Okay, so to get to that point, right? We take our persons, they even take us for granted. So it's a two-way street with that, right? But what usually happens is when that person is no longer in your life, you start to make more time to then look for them, right? So when things are going bad, you start to appreciate them, right? When they're gone, you appreciate them. Okay, so to take that notion away from you, to have that feeling, because I've had it twice in my life. I've realized, you know what? Do the little things every day, because you're not promised tomorrow, right? So when it comes to your person, the person that like your life partner, your wife, everybody, the attention to them, right? Two things. It's answer with love all the time. because when you do that, they might have had the shittiest fucking day ever, and they know they're coming home to a fucking mess in the house or whatever, and their partner is supposed to be their backbone and says, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And then you say, "Nah, I'm too busy."
He's in his underwear playing PlayStation.
You're gonna break that you're gonna break that what's the word I want to use, like the backbone of her, right? Because you're the backbone to her, vice versa. Okay, so when you answer with love, you might lighten up her day, changes her attitude. Then she comes, gives you a hug or whatever, and now it turns into something special, right? But number two is, I tell this to people, when you have your person, imagine, this is the way I look at it. Imagine you're at the doctor, you're with your person, and the person's getting dressed in the other room, and the doctor comes and talks to you and says, "Hey, we found a tumor, and it doesn't look good, and she has 6 months to live." What are you doing? As her person, what are you doing from that day to 6 months from now?
I'm gonna go to the insurance company.
Yeah. Doc, can you give us a week and can you tell us a week later?
No, yeah, you're right, absolutely right.
But what are you doing?
Right. You're gonna take advantage of those 6 months to the max, right?
You're gonna try to take advantage of not advantage of them, but advantage of the time.
You're gonna maximize the time
You're
have.
gonna love them. You're gonna treat them different. So the real question is, why don't you do that every day?
I mean, the most precious things we have is time.
Yeah.
And we're limited, right? We know we only have X amount of time.
Yeah.
Some of us has more, some of us have less. We don't know how much time we have. So yeah, to your point, yes.
Yeah.
You need to fucking make every
Because we work
count.
like almost 8 to 10 hours a day. Your person usually gets 2 to 3.
Correct.
And if they get the grumpy person of it, they're just not gonna feel appreciated, right?
Yep.
And that's what I gather. Like Pepe for 35 years was grumpy and mad at the end of work because of stress but when I found that I needed to find myself to be happy and walk in that light, it became so much easier to do it. Because when you don't have love in your heart, then you can't display it to others, right?
Yeah.
So that goes in hand with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think
That was
that's
pretty good.
yeah. I think that's a good ending sentiment. Honestly,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I mean, we've been shooting the shit for close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
I talk too much.
No, it's not that.
it's
Remember,
very
we sat down
informative.
before we went,
Yeah.
live or started talking. We said we just sit here and we're talking. We're having a conversation amongst, people. We're just talking about our everyday life.
Yeah.
That's what this whole thing is about. We're not trying to script anything. We're not trying to make up shit. We're just talking about what we do every day, our experiences.
What you might do.
Yeah.
Your experiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I have one last question
Yeah.
before we do go, because that was a good one. The guy with the beep, the
Yeah.
fucking for 30 fucking minutes. That's a crazy one.
That's crazy.
Okay. Have you, what freaky shit have you seen?
Freaky shit.
Oh, yeah, sure.
At work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard
be that
stories,
Right,
but I've never
you've
seen
never
it.
gone through it?
I've never gone. I mean, nah, I have never gone through it. I mean, I have in the past gotten messages, from like when you're texting, and it's like
From customers or from
like
employees?
like customers.
Oh, trying to offer themselves for money? Like, hey,
No, it's just
fix my
like-
car. Here's,
Sorry, you get this.
But I
here's some
heard-
photos.
Fix my car, you get this.
Yeah, exactly. Come on over.
but that is one of the things.
Bartering.
That's one of the perks.
No, that's one of the things. Like, I guess I'm a very friendly person, and they take it like flirting. And then it's like, I've had one that was crazy. Check this out. I was at Range Rover.
I know there was one. I know
20.
there's one.
So this was 2016, 17. I was working at Range Rover. It was a fitness girl. She looked like she could beat my ass, like super fucking
Oh,
ripped.
she was just yoked up.
But she was petite, but
She can open the door.
she would open
Yeah.
the door. And she was older than me. I could tell. And my friend Eric was helping her. And then I was like, okay, I can see she's pretty, but I was minding my own business. And then she leaves. And then the call comes through, and it's her. Like my friends, oh, she's just her, the girl that just left. I was like, pick up. So he picks up, and then she's just like, oh, I was just checking to see if you washed my car because he had it on speaker. Oh, okay. And all right, thank you. Bye. Hangs up. And then he walks away, and the phone rings again, and I see it's her, and I'm like, I'm pick up. So then I picked it up on my line. So I was like, hello, this is Pepe. How can I help you? And she's like, oh, are you the guy that was next to Eric? I'm like, yeah, what's up? She's like, would you like to go on a date sometime?
Oh, shit.
And I'm just in my mind, I'm like, dude, she gonna beat me up.
She gonna pick you up, dick on top. She gonna get exactly.
and this is
You ever had that before? God damn it.
so I just answered. I said I have a girlfriend. You're very pretty. If I was single, I'd probably say yes to you. And then her response was, well, no one got to know.
Of course.
And then I was just like, I smiled on the phone. I was like, if you could see me, I'm smiling, but I'm okay. Thank you so much.
I'll see you at 7.
Yeah.
That was my crazy like.
pick me
that
up in
was
an hour.
That was my crazy customer to tell me something. But I've heard stories like from people. I'm like, no fucking way, like that's crazy. I mean, if you're looking for it,
It's gonna happen.
it could happen. I try to like, I'm good.
Yes.
Or you know what I do? I did it for a while. If I see someone attractive, I'd go find our technician that's he's a good looking dude, and I know he has balls. I'd be like, hey, you need to come to the service drive right now.
Come out right now. Come out, Doug.
You need to walk here, just pretend you're gonna do something. And then he'd come, and then I'd be like, hey, this is the technician that's gonna be working on your car. His name is blah blah blah.
This dude's plugging his homie.
Yeah, like that's what they love me for that, right?
Yeah.
And so then he would be, and then next thing a week later, be like, guess where I'm at, fool? And I'm like, where you at?
I'm in that car. I just served it.
He's like, guess whose car this
I'm
is?
changing the oil.
So that was with me. I was the plug. I didn't act on it. I just here's a person, and here you go.
Yeah, no, we had a guest last episode, and he was telling us he's also a plumber, right? He actually works with us now, and he was telling us he showed up to a house, right? And the dude was wearing sweats, and the shit was swinging everywhere. Shit. And then
His wife had like
the wife shows up like in
lace
a
top or
like
whatever.
in a teddy, right?
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the day, like it was like normal, right? And he was just like weirded out. So like, has anybody ever showed up like in a robe or something to the fucking
Drop off their
to
car.
Drop off their
No,
car.
I mean, I've helped like strippers. I know that like you could tell they're strippers or they're escorts, and they have badass cars or like just stuff like that. But
Bags of money in the back. You're
Or
all
like,
there's a lot of ones.
You do see like it's crazy. Here's a kicker. So I help a lot of wives, right? Because
Yep.
the husbands can't come because they're working, and they're not bad looking, but like I'll upsell them everything, and
I'm
then
not paying for it.
no, check this out. So then like they'll leave, and like I don't even start the work because I already knew I convinced them, and then I just put the paper down, and I already know I'm gonna get a phone call like within like 20 minutes.
Oh, from the husband?
And all I hear is, I'm like, oh, hola, ¿cómo está? Like, and he's like, oh, are you Pepe? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, my wife was just there. She approved us work. I don't want to do shit. I was like, no se me preocupe. Yo no dije nada. Aquí tengo los papeles que one time, this is why I don't do it anymore. One time. This is the one time this is why I never do it again. The lady, she was business. She looked hot. Everything was perfect, right? And her car needed a 60K service, and that's one of the biggest services. That's like $3,000.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And brakes and needed everything. And like I was like, hey man, like if they recommended you brakes last time, then you need this service. It's gonna be like $6,000. She goes, go ahead and do it. It's fine. I'm ready for it. I planned for it. And I'm like, and I saw the fat ass rock. Like I'm not stupid. And I'm just like, are you sure you don't want to call your husband?
Yeah, you want to check in maybe?
She says, I wear the pants in the relationship. I make the decisions. You do what I say.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh fuck, like I shouldn't have said that, right?
Yeah.
So moving forward, every time I get a wife bring it in, I keep it for a little bit, and if the 30 minutes pass, then I turn it in.
Yeah. You don't hear anything?
I don't hear anything, but like that's my rule of thumb because I know the husbands are gonna fucking come, or they'll come in after it's all done. Why the fuck did you sell this to my wife? I said, you know what? I'm so sorry that you didn't come when you were gonna bring your truck, but you sent the wrong person to do the job.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing my job.
All I can get is a yes, and that's what we're gonna go forward with.
So that's the crazy ones. The husband. Oh, I fucking. And then sometimes the monos don't match, right? Like you see a hot ass girl in the fucking. I'm like, how did that happen?
Oh yeah.
Hey, guys, don't work out, make money.
Yes.
Yeah. Have a good personality.
Dude, it's crazy.
There you go.
Wow.
Or be like the guy in the sweatpants.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like it. I appreciate you coming out. You know what I
I
mean?
appreciate you guys having me. This is fun.
Plug your pages again.
So Instagram
Handles.
for my personal Instagram is JPepeC6, and then the car show is Cinco de Mayo _show. Every single mile, the goal is to have. The whole goal of this, at the end of the day, when I close my eyes, I envision a festival, right? Like festival being like if someone says, Sergio, hey, we're doing Cinco de Mayo weekend. Oh, I'm gonna go to Pepe's show real quick. I'm gonna go eat, have a couple beers, check out a couple cars, and then I'm gonna head out and do something. Right. That's the goal, to have that circulation.
Right.
And it showed this year. A lot of people I haven't seen in years showed up.
Yeah.
And obviously they're watching from a distance, and I love that. And just to be able to reconnect with everybody. And then to get random people to be like, man, whoever put this on is fucking smart and did everything right. And it just, you're just walking behind them smiling just because you did it.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for shooting the shit with us,
Yeah.
man. It's
You're
a
welcome.
pleasure having you.
Hell yeah.
Maybe
Schedule
you can
the
come
next
back
event?
again.
Oh, yeah. So next year, I think it's the 6th. I think because it goes forward, right?
So May 6th.
May 6th, I think.
So that's Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
It
yeah.
might land actually on a Saturday.
No, I think I was looking at it already too.
I think next year's leap year.
Oh, okay.
So everything will get pushed.
push forward, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's see real quick.
We have an next.
Yeah, so it's actually May 2nd.
Oh, okay.
So it goes back. It goes backwards, because it was 4 this year.
It could be. Well,
No,
no.
actually, it was the third. No, the third this year. Your event.
Yeah, the 3rd. So,
Sunday was the 4th.
Yeah.
And
It
Cinco de
was
Mayo was
Monday.
actually Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does it get pushed back or forward? Like,
Well, every year, technically.
was this a
like
year,
Cinco de-
leap year?
This year, no. That's why I think it's next year.
I'm going to February. Yeah, no, February 28.
Oh, then it's not next year because it should be 29. Maybe it was 2 years ago. Maybe we're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it just gets pushed over technically one day, except for major events. Obviously, they will always be the 5th.
I'm gonna make it a small little announcement.
Yeah, do it.
We're actually doing. Me and my best friend Eric. We're the ones that run together. We have a run club. It's called the Run Club.
Oh, a running club,
yeah.
actual
That's the
jogging.
guy. Pigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I do videos. If you follow me, I'm pretty funny because we have 4 dudes that run, because you have to have 4 to run, right? And there's one, Marcos. He's always late.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
So to have a club, anything has to be 4 or
it
more.
needs your
4 more.
club is 4 more.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you have to have 4. So at the beginning, it was only me and him. So we weren't in a club. We were just 2 guys running.
Yes,
And then
that's
we had
what
a
it's called.
3rd.
2 guys running.
And then we had a 3rd, and I was like, shit, we're still not good enough.
Yeah.
And then we got the 4th, Guate. He retired. He actually played since he was like 18 to like 35, professional indoor and futsal. And he
Nice.
just retired. And so he called me in December, says, hey, I need something to do. I'm bored. And I said,
Doing great.
join the gym and join the run club. So he came. But so me and Eric on our runs, we do talk about life as we're running and stuff. But we came up with the idea the day after Cinco de Mayo show, we were going to do called the 5K.
Oh, okay. So,
So
you guys
it-
are gonna meet up after and run a 5K.
Yeah, 5K, which is 3 miles. The goal is to do the Campbell Park. We're gonna have a DJ, the whole thing. Just copy everybody at the same,
Oh,
the little
okay.
setup, the
Yeah.
little timer and everything. But our event is catered to the Latino community.
Okay.
We're gonna have tequila at the end and mariachi at the end,
No white people allowed.
Get out of
Sounds like our kind of event.
right? Like,
Whoever wants to run.
like whoever
Campbell.
wants to run or just come have a good in Campbell.
All those people in Campbell are gonna kick you out.
So we'll see, because you got to look at it as the market, right? Like there's
Just do it
the-
at Overfelt. Fuck it.
No,
You'll
because
get everybody there.
If you think about it, the park itself is perfect for that because
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
block anything; it's just there. So check this out.
Parking's right there.
Parking's right there. So they do Christmas run, Thanksgiving, Halloween. They do St. Patrick's Day. They do 4th of July. They do every holiday. But guess who gets left out? So Latinos with that Cinco de Mayo weekend. So what I was thinking is, hey, we'll have the car show, and then the next day we'll do an early day to get your workout in before you got to go drink because it's Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Okay.
So 3 miles.
Yeah.
We got music. Just have a good time. This is the announcement here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
And that'll
next
be
year,
the first year.
That'll be the first year for
perfect.
that.
First
Yeah,
year.
nice.
What's your running group? Do you have an Instagram
No,
page for your running group?
I just do it off my Instagram. It's my personal, just my
Okay.
friends, the run club.
So check his personal Instagram. I'm sure you're going to give some updates,
Yeah,
Check it out. Sign up.
it's fun.
Get out there.
Yeah, you guys have
Yeah.
I people laugh at my shit that I'm like raw, unraw. It's just fun shit that I do.
Yeah.
Like the other day was a cuate. We were running, and we were only 3, and I was all depressed because usually I like to like run all 4 of us, but he didn't text anybody. And we're sure enough running 2 miles in, and some motherfucker grabs my ass from behind.
He caught up to you.
He caught up to us. He didn't tell us he was coming. So I jumped up and fucking sprinted because I got scared.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I turn around and it's him, and it's like just like in the video is just the happiness to have everybody running.
Nice.
The biggest thing is stretching. As you get older, you definitely need to stretch.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
So you guys got to start training for these 3 miles.
Training.
Training.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Have you started training?
I have not started training, but I did change my diet this week.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
so-
That's a start.
Yeah.
Health is wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great news. Other than that, Alex, do you have anything, any question or anything at the end?
No, that was pretty good. I'm gonna have to get my truck ready
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, join an event.
Yeah.
What we do.
Well, call it off, I guess.
Yeah.
Run.
What else?
I'm
All
solid.
right, cool. Thanks for listening. That's shooting the shit. Obviously, we subscribe to our YouTube,
Spotify.
Spotify, and we're on Instagram. Yeah. Thanks.
Check it out.
Roll the outro.
All right, man.
Peace out.
Doing it.
Let's go.